Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? I don't usually stream, especially on a Tuesday. I thought so. This isn't like public lobby stuff at all. I just thought with the pre-season race of WSX starting tomorrow, and me having a total of 0 Supercross practice, I thought I should probably be playing a little bit. Now, I thought for some reason I want to channel my inner Matt Burkeen and ride a 252 stroke. For those of you that aren't aware, the WSX or World Supercross series in MX bikes is going to be open class. So in my mind, there's not actually going to be many 250 riders at all. I think everyone's going to go on 450s to get as much of an advantage as possible. Now, here's the issue. There's quite a lot of prize money on the line for this. There's $500 for the winner. Actually, I can pull it up on screen and have a look. Oh, here we go. It's $500 for the winner, $300 for second, $200, $150, $100, blah, 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 blah. So there's obviously quite a big incentive to do well. Now, there's no mixed regions either. It's EU and NA combined. It's all classes combined. So it is literally going to be the best of the best players. So I'm kind of in two minds on if I should be doing this on the 252 stroke or not. I'm going to give it a go at round 1 and just see how it goes overall. Or, to be honest, even playing today could tell me if I want to do it, because I could very, very easily just hop on the Yami 450 and probably do a hell of a lot better than I will do on this thing. But I thought it just might be a bit of fun, something a little bit different. I might have to see it. Well, it's top 20 that go through out of everybody in the game. So you have to qualify in the top 20. If I don't qualify in the top 20, I might ask if there's any way that I can get put into the lobby just to watch and maybe live stream it from that perspective. I do know, however, they do already have streamers for this, and I don't know if they would allow that. So I'm kind of in two minds, if I'm completely honest. Hello, Zach. You doing all right? Hello to Alex. Hello, Minotaurs. WSX. You're right. You're right. I'm happy. It's not public lobby at all, Tarek. It's just me by myself, no server. It's all in testing. That's all we're going to be doing tonight. It's a very rare occasion where I actually sit down and play this game by myself and do some proper testing. Usually, if it's not organised races, then it's some sort of public lobbies. So just me, myself, and I today to see how it goes. I think really, I just want to see how this bike handles Supercross as a whole. Because I've done one round towards the last round of the 2023 season I done on this bike, and it went quite well. But as we know from the various bikes I've used over the last few weeks, they handle some tracks really well and they handle other tracks not so great. So we need to see if it's just a one-off or see what it is. So that's what we're doing here. Thank you very much, Rocker. Welcome back to another stream, my man. Hello, Neon. Hello, Alex. We've got a bunch of people in here. We're probably going to have a different kind of viewer base in here than we normally do, just because of the time. I imagine most of the EU guys are in bed, getting their fat Z's, getting the sleeps ready for work or school, whatever it is tomorrow. I feel like we might get more of the Americans in here today than we usually do. Now, I haven't looked. Does anyone know who's making the WSX tracks for this? Is it going to be Jackie Moon again, or is it going to be Stone Rider that's making these? Because that would also change what tracks I'm playing in this stream. I don't know if I should be playing Jackie Moon type tracks with his templates, or if I should be playing Stone Rider tracks. Either way, it's Stone Rider, is it? Oh, okay. Well, I am going to go and play some Stone Rider tracks instead, because they're very, very different. You know, you might think Supercross is Supercross, but everyone's got their own way of building stuff. Let me go to 2023 Supercross. This is the track that I had done on the 250, and it actually went quite well. Let me load this up just to see if I can get some sort of a flow going. So we've got, when the first race is, we've got a pre-season race tomorrow. We have then got the actual first round on the 17th, so basically a week from now. I think it's... Wait, I don't even know what the day is anymore. What day are we on? Tuesday? I think it's going to be on Monday. Next Monday. So hopefully that'll be alright. And I think I should be able to do each and every round as well. So, yeah. A little bit strange taking my profile picture there, MX Bikes. I'm not sure what the goal is, but I'm sure you can be a bit more creative than that. We're going to be going through so many different tracks in this stream, probably. They'll probably all be from the 2023 Supercross season, so we'll go through. No public lobby stuff, as I've said. It's going to be me, myself, and I. This gives me a chance to actually focus on what I'm doing for a change, rather than trying to dodge people with varying skills. I can actually maybe even work on a bit of suspension as well. We'll see if the Fantic's good enough to stop too. I think I remember on this track, like, everyone was having loads of grief for this whoop section. I was as well, and then I hopped on this 252 stroke, and for whatever reason, it munched the whoops the first time I'd done it, so I want to see if I can replicate that and do it again. But not if I keep hooking to the right out of the corner. There we go, it was a little bit better. And then I just need to try and remember, get a bit of a flow, so it's on, off, triple. I think we're tripling out of this corner, perhaps. Oh, get over that. That is a stretch, okay. And then big old soupy triple. I'm good, thank you, Kempy. Hope you're doing well too. I do like my Supercross. The only, well, I suppose the one issue that I have with Supercross in this game is it's so, like, massively impacted by the netcode. Like, it's very hard to actually battle and pass people. A lot of the time you end up just following the leader until someone crashes and then you go sneaking through. Yeah, I saw it earlier, Alex. I've got to get in such a different mindset for Supercross, because it's so easy to try and go too fast and then just end up completely wadding yourself. I am a little bit scared about committing to this whole 252 stroke life. I'll probably end up getting, like, I'll probably end up backing out last minute and then riding the Yami 450 because, if we're honest, that's a lot of money to be losing out on just from trying to do something a little bit different. And I am under no illusion that there's no way I'm coming out and beating the best players in the game on a 252 stroke. That's just not going to work. I think I was stepping over that first table rather than stepping on and off of it. I'm weird on Supercross. I'm either riding like absolute cheeks, or I'll get a flow going and be a-okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on there in that rhythm. I'm not sure why it's suddenly kicking out to the side when I feel like I'm going in a straight line. So I'm going to give it a couple of attempts. I mean, that was a little bit better, and I don't feel like I've done much different either. Stoney, he does make some brutal whoop sections when he wants to. For the most part, they're straightforwards, but every now and then he'll make them a little bit different, make them erode differently as well. What's going on there? All over the place. That's what I'm wondering, Liam. I don't know if I should be a little bit different or not. Because I can... Let me switch... I'll switch bike real quick. If I get on the Yami and it just like clicks, you know, I'll stick to it. But I thought it'd be nice to mix things up, and I didn't realise like the format. This is not my usual gear. This was for a screenshot that I was taking earlier, which you guys will see in like a day or two. Where the letter F. Oh, never mind. So eeny meeny miny mo. Catcher hobo by his toe. What colour's this? Brick. That's probably my least favourite one of all of them, to be honest. That is another issue as well, Alex, is in WSX, don't they tend to have like the whoops be a bit more spread apart? So then the power of the 252 stroke might not be it. It'd be a little bit tough.
Can I get a...
Oh, thank you very much, Kempy, man. Oh, yeah. Not like OG bikes, but something very, very different, Alex. I had a hell of a lot of fun doing. Oh, Joseph is back. Hello, Joseph. You're right, man. I don't think I've seen you in a couple of streams. Thank you so, so much. I guess the crypto's still doing you really, really well. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that so much. Hope all is good in your world. Right, let me see if this this 450 does me any better. Well, now basically the title and the thumbnail of the live stream is now a complete lie. So, I mean, get clickbaited, I guess. I wrote it for the first 2 minutes. And look at, we've gone through the whoops perfectly already. This is frustrating. Yeah, that's the issue is, and the money... I didn't actually know, by the way, so... You know, for the MXGP, there's an EU and an NA version. I knew there was prize money for EU, but I never knew there was prize money for NA, because I don't think NA was originally meant to be a thing. And then the Ace Moto boys suddenly stepped in for it. And yeah, Wes contacted me today and sent the money for it, and ended up getting $30 for that, which was pretty damn cool, which I didn't expect. I came in P3, which... to me, it's wild. I missed about 7 rounds and still ended up P3. But then in EU, I'm so annoyed at myself because again, there was really big money for getting the top 3. It was like $500 for a win, and then like 200, and then 100 for third. And this isn't to throw shade or anything. Kirill, who is one of the Russian players, he showed up and done every single round of the 450s, so fair play to him. You know, that is commitment. But he's someone that I lap very, very consistently. And because he showed up and done every round, he got third and had really good prize money. And I only got, I think, 6th, and I ended up with $20. So it's really annoying that I didn't just, you know what, stick to one class and commit to it. So I ended up getting 10th in 250s. After only doing about 4 or 5 rounds, and then I got 6th in 450s, and I got $20 from each of those. So I missed out again on some really big money, and it's something that I have a really bad habit of, is like starting something and then not finishing or switching halfway through. So I think I'm just gonna stick to 450 life probably forever from this point onwards. Don't try drop down and do anything weird, even if I think it's going to give me a better shot. I think there's more chance of me doing well if I just try and do every round in the same class, and that's it. Oh, stretch that out. Obviously, I'm not a perfect person. I can't do each and every round all the time. You know, sometimes real life gets in the way, and you have stuff to do. Weapon lock, lady fixing broken air. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad it's still going well for you, Joseph. I think you have a better time on 450 for the whoops. I think you are. You're right. No, I have no desire to battle you, Finn, because there's never a battle. You just disappear. You're off in the distance. You know. You catch up, pass me, and then off you go. I just see a trail of dust behind you. Yeah, consistency is always better than speed, that's true. That's something that I need to focus on as well. You know, like consistency, especially in Supercross on this game, is so difficult to do. And so much of Supercross comes down to starts, and just because of netcode and things like that, there's always a chance of getting majorly screwed over out the gate, even if someone doesn't touch you on their screen, which we saw be quite evident yesterday at Turkey. I was getting absolutely demolished off the start when I don't think anyone was touching me on their screen at all. Oh, thank you very much, Benji, as well. We get intermediate member. Thank you. Welcome. This already feels so much better. I think we can all agree. Let me try stepping over this. I think it's step over, and then you downside here. Yeah, and then we was jumping up and around that corner on the inside. Oh, okay. Okay. The WSX race is going to be on Mondays, Wheezy. However, there is a pre-season like test race tomorrow, so I'll be live streaming that. It's a little bit later than they usually are. There's like one race. There's no EU and NA. There's just one together. So it starts at 10 PM my time rather than the usual 8 PM my time. I think that's like 4 or 5 Eastern in the US. I never know with daylight savings like what the distance is apart. I shift up another gear. Does that help at all? Kind of. I think the biggest issue with that whoop section there is it can be very easy to go a bit too fast, and then you get out of a rhythm as well. Send that. That is a big triple. I don't envy the 250 4-stroke riders when we was doing this round. Be nice and smooth, up and easy over the wall. Alright, let's put it in first gear to get a lot more drive. Step over that, and then we triple. Then we'll send it around the corner, a little dab of the back brake. That was nice. It was very, very smooth. Yeah, trying to do that every lap is so difficult, especially when the road comes into play as well. And I know the last few rounds of the 2023 Supercross season, Stone Rider was messing about with, I guess, like different soil / height map resolution, so the road forms differently, and you actually get a lot more, like you get skinnier ruts rather than the big ones that we usually get, which makes the tracks even that little bit more technical than usual. Very easy for your front end to climb out of the super skinny ruts. Yeah, once I get a flow going, we should be okay, but I think I do need this, just even if it's just like 1 or 2 hours of practicing my Supercross, just to get in that mindset, because I'm all about trying to go wide open everywhere at the moment for the outdoors. I mean, yeah, even if you don't get to jump all the way around that corner, you can still... I mean, I've only lost 0.6-ish, that's not too bad. Yeah, you have to be very, very precise on that landing because of the timing gates. I imagine they're quite strict on the bails. I think it's always better to try and like over jump it a little bit and jump slightly right than it is to cut it as tight as possible. This is so much easier already, man. Like so much easier than the 252 stroke is. Hello Emerson, you're right. Welcome back. Good to have you here again. Oh, no worries, Joseph. Thank you for that thank you for that short visit and the support as always. Hopefully, whatever you're doing goes smoothly. Hopefully, I'll catch you tomorrow for this actual race that we're going to be doing for the practice for WSX. Yeah, it's actually quite nice, me just hopping on and playing the game by myself rather than having to juggle multiple things at the same time, like loading up like different tracks, like linking tracks all the time in chat. I mean, though, you saw once I get a little bit of a flow going, I kind of run similar-ish lap times back to back, and that's what I want. You want the consistency. Hey, in my defense, Cam, I rode the two-stroke for like the first 5 minutes, and then I already switched off because it seems to be a bit of a no-no for me. And yeah, if I have a look over, Liam earlier said it perfectly. There's a lot of money on the line here for doing well, so I think for the sake of hopefully getting more than 50, maybe if I can get up to this like 100, 150 mark, I feel like the 450 is the way to go. Even if it's considered like a little bit try-hardy rather than just having fun, I'm probably going to get quite frustrated and raging during the races because there's money involved, but I think that's fair, you know? I do think that's fair. It is an open class, so yeah, I could turn up on a 125 if I really wanted to be edgy. Thank you very much, Kyle. What's up? Fat Muppet has a pic of the new CGI track I was telling you about the other day on his Instagram. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look before I do anything. What is Fat Muppet's Instagram is the question. I think he follows me actually, so I should be able to find it quite easily. Search Fat Muppet 10. There we go. Oh, hang on. What was this? We're getting there. Is it this one right here? Look at this. I've got a lot of searches up here that I don't need anymore. Here we go. That looks very nice, actually. Like, really nice. It's very, like, local Crossy vibes, if it is that one. He's got a couple more. He's got some more. I'm guessing this is the same track as the one before. We always like a Fat Muppet track, and it looks like there's a lot of work been going into this. There are lots and lots of different pictures. Oh, I'm excited for that. Usually Fat Muppet tracks are fan favourites. So I imagine that we'll see it quite often in online servers, if it's as good as his other ones. I'm good, thank you, Fixie. How do you think the track will be for the prep race? I've got no idea. I've not even seen a preview of the track. I've got no clue what it's going to be like. Obviously, it replicates the real-life one, and I watched the highlights, and I didn't sit down and watch it all properly. It should be good. It'd be interesting to see if we can do that little line that Roxon was doing, like doubling into the corner and then like slingshotting back out. Be very, very cool. It's not a bad shout, to be honest, Cam, because like if you kind of go back through the whole 2023 season, there was never like a huge gap between the 450s and the 250s. I think maybe you'd get one rhythm section here or there that was absolutely huge that the 250s couldn't do. But other than that, there wasn't much to separate them. So if you are genuinely more comfortable and more consistent on a 250, it might be a good shout. The only downside I can really think of is the starts, like trying to get out the gate ahead of the 450s. If only we were still allowed to do the old Linda launch, which again I think is still banned. My bad, guys. Well, actually no, not my bad. Reaperdoc's bad for catching me on stream doing it, and then other people's bad for moaning about it. Was we quadding out here? We was. That's a big old G. I'm very, very tempted to make my gearing just a tad shorter So I feel like I'm not quite getting the oomph that I need from second gear, and I think first gear is just a little bit too low. I think, yeah, next time I crash, I'm going to go back to the pits and try changing that. See, what these whoops aren't too bad. I think these whoops got really fast when they eroded because he didn't mess with the masking on them at all. It was just like, he made like just one low line through the middle. Oh god, I forget the sizing of a lot of these jumps. I think the biggest thing for these races, Cam, is going to be consistency. Even if you rock up and get like P3 every week, you just need to hope that everyone else has some bad races. Issue is that we're all going to be competing against skills. And the worst thing being is skills on a 450 rather than a 250 or anything if he's messing about. So we are going to have to bring our A games. And the man does love a whole shot, especially in Supercross. Yeah, I'm just I'll focus on being consistent. I think that's all we can do really. That was a nice run through the whoops there. You can triple out of here, can't you, if I remember? Yeah, but you got to check up a lot before the finish. We're kind of having a change of hearts, I'm afraid, Juan. Shall I know the thumbnail's gonna still say the wrong thing. Shall I just edit the actual stream? I'm just gonna change it to World Supercross live practice rather than World Supercross 252 straight practice. Yeah, we had to change of heart after the first few minutes because it wasn't going particularly well. So the format, in game at least, is going to be 2 20-lap motos. Which 20 laps in Supercross is a lot. I don't know how much fuel I would need for that. I can try like 7 litres, I suppose. Let me make my gearing just a tiny bit shorter. That's quite a lot shorter, actually. That's like 5 miles an hour difference. I'll try it. Let's try it. I'm going to do save as WSX. We'll do some proper testing and see how she goes. I should have a waypoint. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know IRL do their 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure in game we're going to be doing 2 20-minute or 20-lap motos. But it's nice that you get 2 attempts at it as well. I feel like the Triple Crown events were something that I wasn't too good at last year, but in the 2022 season I've done quite well in them. So having 2 motos rather than 1 could be beneficial. Don't know what I'm doing wrong at the start of that section. I'm not getting the drive at all. Yeah, good, thank you, JD. Hope you're well too. I think with 20 laps at least, it does give you a decent chance of trying a comeback. I mean, it's probably like 15-minute motos for most tracks. Well, I will say, don't you find that the 2023 tracks were quite short in terms of like lap times? Can't remember if inside or outside here was better either. It's really hard when you don't play tracks for a while. You kind of forget what all the lines are. It's just like a tyre tap. Yeah, it's tyre tap, triple, and then quad into the corner. Yeah. Oh, sliding. Don't know why. Go on, off, jumped back too far, triple, triple. Toughest thing is when you get like a rhythm section with a bunch of triples in them, but they end up being different distances. There's like one you might have to stretch a little bit, one you've got to check up on. It's just trying to get that timing down. This is not going well through the whoops though. I don't remember struggling this much. Is this the round? Oh, this is the round that I rode the Dookie on. Yeah, I remember. This was before like most updated Dookie as well, so it was even worse. Yeah, I think we went inside double. Round to the left. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Hells came back for a cheeky bit of prize money. I mean, if he was as fast as him, and you know that you can easily get decent prize money, you just would, wouldn't you? It's like an easy, at least $150+ in the bank account just for showing up to like 7 or so races. And the thing is with this series as well, they're really spread out. There's not like back-to-back weeks racing or anything. They're super spread out, just like real life, which is really weird. I don't think anyone's going to be carrying any sort of momentum at all. money does motivate, that's for sure. So I think everyone's going to be bringing their A game. And we've never had a series like this in this game where it's purely open. You know, so all of the 250 guys are going to hop on the big bikes, hopefully. I don't think we've had many series as well where there's just one region, like it's not spread out between EU and NA. Although I did see Stone Rider said for the Supercross season 2024 SX, he is going to lock it to regions. So I will not be able to do the NA region, and the NA boys will not be able to do EU. So it's going to be a good and a bad thing. The only good sign I can think of is I've not got to try and beat skills in Supercross anymore. I still have to beat people like Cam, and I imagine Hells is going to make a comeback. Not got to beat like Washed or Keegan, people like that, like the really fast SX guys. So that's a W. But then the L for me is I am kind of limited on content, because I quite like doing both EU and NA. You know, having 2 streams in one night. It's just easy content for me to make, just hopping on and doing some racing. I'm kind of limited in terms of that now. That is a shame. Maybe I was going to say I could see if I can like live stream NA, but it usually ends up getting a little bit late, so I couldn't even bring you like a hyped live stream. It'd just be like normal talking. I wouldn't be able to go like full Paul Malin and scream when people crash, which would be a bit of an L. So there's pros and cons to it for sure. I can see people being unhappy like either side. Will you ever run the Husky again in an aerial race? I can't see anytime soon. It's just the suspension on it I really don't vibe with. It's far too stiff. The bike doesn't feel settled at all. Trouble to make it turn. I absolutely adored the 2022 Husky when I won the Supercross Championship. That was my thing. That was my bike. I loved it. But yeah, ever since Beta 18 came around, it's not a bike that I've particularly vibed with at all.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Thank you everyone as well that's been subscribing. I don't know if it's people that are in the stream or if they've just watched a YouTube video that's come up and they're recommended and it's popping up. But yeah, thank you so much. I do think there are both pros and cons to doing it split. Obviously, I can't remember who said it, but I think there was a stat of, it might have been aerial. It was either aerial or MXGP, I can't remember which. But it was something like majority of the top 10 in one round were all NA guys in the EU series. And I've got nothing against them, because obviously I show up and do NA as well and do well in that. But it does kind of show this game is predominantly NA based. So most importantly, it will take some competition away from me and make my life a bit easier. But also, it'll give some people a chance that don't usually make the races or aren't able to qualify. Like, it'll give them a chance to get in, because there'll be less competition too. Yeah, pros and cons. And I have to not think about it solely from my point of view all the time. I have to consider other people in the game, which I'm usually not the best at. I usually think I'm the only one on the track, or I'm the only person that matters. Oh, honestly, JD, I would ride the Suzuki for no other reason than them handguards. They're so nice. And in all fairness, the Suzuki 250 is one of my favourite 250s. It feels really, really nice. Just the 450 that lets the line down a little bit. Need the RM125 to come back from the old 2-stroke pack. That was a machine. I'm not getting good runs through these whoops at all. I think I'm not soaking them up enough at the beginning, so I'm not getting on top of them. I'm getting inside, and then it's just jumping me up and down. It's so easy, I think, just to like waste so much time in Supercross, just spinning lap after lap, because we've already done like 1 lap 12 right now. I don't feel like I've been playing it that long. But I can just zone out and try flowing through the rhythm sections. Put some Minecraft music on in the background and really just let my brain dissolve. I need to scrub this one and scrub this one a little bit. Check up on the double, try and hug this tight. Step on, step off, triple, and then I want to try and stay low. Go up to third, sit down, lean forwards. That was a little bit better, not much. We got a little bit out of shape by the end. Still better than a crash. Always better than having a crash. Hello, Cable, you're right. In your opinion, what's the best and handling and fastest 250? Probably still the Honda. It seems to be the bike that most 250 riders use. Yeah, probably. I'd say the Honda. When I hopped on it, it wasn't a bad bike at all. So Nashville. Oh, I remember this. This double trying to get out of this section was a nightmare. And Stoney said he didn't know that it was possible, and then as soon as everybody went to qualifying, I was like, oh my Christ, this is wild. Oh, has the Enduro pack been updated now? Have they released it? Have a look. Announcement. Oh, love that. Yeah, I was speaking to Insane last night because I want to try and get an Enduro series set up with the Ace Moto boys. So it would be nice that we can actually update the Enduro bikes now. Let's have a read this. I've seen what you've posted here, Smiggy. Enduro pack, tyre update. Update the old Enduro bikes, Gas Husselberg, now been modified to use the OEM tyres, and were given their corresponding per class correct tyre sets. We did this as a little gift to the Enduro community to benefit from the updates made overall. You must have the OEMs installed, as these come with the tyres. Okay, that's fine. The KTM bikes do not have this changes, as we never received the source files of the EXCs. Unfortunately, we can't change that. We have plans for the future. That's fine. All bikes now have a Team TGA. This was something that was added between now and March 21. Please keep in mind nothing else has changed besides the addition of OEM tyres. So that's cool. So if you're like myself and Smiggy, and you like your Enduro stuff, we've now got some Enduro updates. So that I'm happy about that, because I've been speaking to Wes and Wavo about potentially doing a proper Enduro series where you get like an hour or so of qualifying and then maybe like a 45-minute race. So I think that could be good fun. See that, WSX, WSX, WSX. What place did I come in the race? Round 17? I can't remember off the top of my head, I'm afraid. I'm playing SX because we've got a pre-season Supercross race that is happening tomorrow for the World Supercross series. So just trying to get a little bit of practice in. And it's not something that I do very often, is just hop on the game and actually ride around by myself and do some proper testing / practice. I usually do public lobbies where my attention is usually like fully on trying to entertain and switching tracks in the server manager and this, that and the other. Or I just hop on and do like the outdoor races. I can't remember the last time I sat down and got to do some Supercross. Probably won't ride the Cowie anytime soon, I wouldn't have thought. There's just better options. It's not a terrible bike by any means, but I find the back end does tend to be a little bit loose here and there. We was going double single there, if I remember, and then it's double triple. I think if you go outside, yeah, you could go step on and then step off to here, and then you triple downside to here, and then triple again downside to here, and then you have to try and hit this fast and somehow double out of that section. Very, very difficult double to get out. I feel like you guys get to pick my brain a little bit more as well in these sorts of things, where I'm not so worried and trying to juggle multiple things. Trying to get my thought process on what I'm doing on different tracks too. I remember in this race I tried out the Honda, and this was like an awful race for me. I did not do well at all. I don't think I even got top 5. We go double round to the left, soupy triple, and then I think we jump all the way to the inside here, hit that little rut, you just go double single, and then you double out, triple to the outside, rail that as hard as you can to step on, off, triple to the inside, jump across the sand, send that bad boy. That was clean. That was really, really nice. Some mad people were quadding into this section. I was just going on off all the time just to try and play it a little bit safe. Go triple. Step off the dragon's back, shift up a gear. Oh, try not to let the front end dip in the whoops. Ah, that was a shame. I have there is a model swap. The handlebars or the bar pad's a bit different. I ended up taking off handguards because I just got fed up of everyone asking for where I got them all the time. It's not an easy question, is it? Because when you say like you have to be an OEM supporter, then like, well, how do you do that? And then you have to try and like link the website, etc. And it's just easier to have them off. It really is. On Supercross, I never change from the mid-soft 80 on the front and the mid-soft 120 on the rear. They to me are the best ones. They are the grippiest, and I feel like traction's everything in the game. Can we double round here? Oh, we can. That wasn't bad either. But then the issue is you have to jump this, and it sends you so high, you get so much air time that you don't really go forwards at all. You just stay up in the air. Look at my Discord. Oh, I can't look at my Discord. It's actually... This is what my Discord looks like right now. What's going on here? Let me close it, reopen it. Something happened with the servers. I might just be... My Discord might just be dead overall. Dead with. Oh no, it's back. It's working. It's fine. Yeah, I've got no issues with it anymore. That's fine. Nothing I can do about that if it's just Discord having problems. Try and wheelie out of those. Yeah, 120 on the rear cable. You can try running like a 110 or 100. The issues that I found is that like they're faster in a straight line. They have less resistance on them, but in the corners they've got a lot less traction. And especially in Supercross, you want as much grip as you can in these bowl turns to really crank the bike over. Do you enjoy Super... Hang on, do you want Super or Mo? I personally... It's tough. I enjoy outdoors racing better, just because I feel like it works better having wider tracks and different line choices rather than everyone following each other in the same like 180 bowl turn. However, if I was to hop on the game and just want to play the game, I prefer Supercross. There's something that's very satisfying to me about flowing around a Supercross track and just tripling your way around really smoothly. Although, saying that, obviously it's not the easiest thing to do. We try and wheelie through the whoops like Skills does. No, we can't. We are washed. We can't be doing that. Yeah, it's just Discord being Discord. Can't do anything about that. I promise that the server has not been deleted or hacked or anything like that. It's just Discord breaking. God, it's a bit of a weird kick off of that jump. I think because the face of it's so sharp, the suspension fully compresses. It gives you a weird rebound. Yeah, yeet. They're going to be completely new WSX tracks at Extremix. Oh god, over that. Get over it. Oh damn. When I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, I'm very, very off. Yeah, there'll be new ones, which I always prefer, because then people can't just sit there grinding the tracks over and over again. Would anyone like being interested in an Enduro Championship on like the smaller like Krakenberg tracks as well as some of the other ones that have been released by the community? In my head, it would be an hour qualifying, because like some of the tracks like 10-minute long lap times to give you a chance to get round and log a lap, and then the races would just be like 45 minutes long. So we hope we don't run out of fuel. It would be on a spin wheel as well, so random track selection on the day, so people can't just grind the track that's going to be for hours and hours and hours. It'd be quite fun having a multi-round enduro series. Why did... Really weird. I guess I'm not used to Yamaha being as OP as it is. I'm coming up to a lot of these triples and thinking that I'm really going to have to stretch them. And so I do stretch them out, and then I end up over jumping them, and then making the next jump hard for myself. I need to just get used to this bike again. Spent so long trying to be different from everyone else that I forgot how good it feels. It does not feel good in that whoop section though. Am I trying to go too fast? Maybe. Let me try again and go a bit slower. Oh, thank you very much, Dubs. I appreciate that. Or Dubsy. I may have pronounced that wrong. I apologise. Thank you for becoming a member. Let me try and go a little bit slower. Yeah, I was trying to go too fast. Trying to go way too fast, so my front end was missing out a whoop. On the brakes. I feel like, to be fair, this stream probably works well as almost like some sort of training. You get an idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'd do a bunch of the Resolute, Kraken smaller courses, Smiggy, and then throw in like the maybe even like Havasu. Could also throw in Rubes's Enduro to Hevelenberg as well. There's some good Enduro tracks that are out there. Oh, I'm not going over this. It's going to go bad. I would advise starting on a 250 cable. I feel like sometimes the 450s can be a bit much to handle. 250s also get less wonky physics a lot of the time, so you'd probably get a lot less frustrated at the game if you start on a 250. Thank you, Gumball. Alright, let's try again. Just hit him a little bit slower than I have been. Oh, look at that. I love problem solving in Supercross and working out what I'm doing wrong. Brakes. Probably practicing with a road rather than not. That's fine, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I haven't actually done a clean lap yet, I don't think. A lap without messing up an entire room section. Double there. Single into the corner. Oh god. Back end's coming round on me. All kinds of sketchy. Yeah, look, I can scrub that rather than stretching it out like I have been. Oh, lovely. Nice and smooth. I run the 80 front in outdoors as well, yeah. I find there's pros and cons to both. Like the 80 on the front makes it so I can turn a bit tighter, but it has the downside of every now and then it will grip too much on the backside of a rut and cause your front end to tuck. Alternatively, the stock one, you can't turn as tight, but because it has less grip, but then that less grip also means it doesn't tuck quite as much on the inside of ruts either. So there's pros and cons to both. I would definitely recommend just experimenting with them and seeing which feels best for you, because I know different pros use different things. Oh, this is not a good angle into this corner. Am I still going to be able to get it? Oh, barely. No, the back end came out in the sand. Don't make me backflip. Yes. That's fine, I'll take that. Oh, we're not getting out of here. Save it. Lovely. At least I'm practicing my saves so far by casing all these sections. Yeah, I didn't gel too well with this track when it was race day for it. Definitely a tricky one. Trying to put a whole lap together on it, not too easy. Oh my god, what happened there? Yeah, not the greatest of track there for me. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the hills are like on Krakenberg with those updated enduro tyres. Oh no, I think the word pro is a tough one because in real terms, a pro is just someone that gets paid for their profession. I suppose technically I'm a pro if I've made any sort of money. I mean, if you've made $5 from one of the MXGP races from getting top 10, then I suppose you're also a pro. No, I don't think there's any true MX Bikes pros. It's just something I know. I used to put it in my titles, video titles back in the day because it done really well in terms of clicks and views. Oh, thank you very much, Ryan. Have you ever tried the Honey Lake Enduro course?
It's your boy.
Oh, actually, you commented on one of my videos earlier, didn't you? About Honey Lake. Let me type in Honey real quick on MXB mods. Honey Lake. I have. Yes, sorry, I know what track you mean. I have tried this one. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's more of like a trail track, isn't it? Actually, oh, it's been updated. I have not tried it since the update. It was more just flat last time I tried it. Okay. Yeah, I'll give that a go at some point too. That could be in the Enduro series. Thank you very much for the 5 New Zealand dollars. Well, this was a quad, wasn't it? Yep. Had the brake. Lovely. Dribble. Kind of getting used to having to push the front end down into the whoops again, which is a weird concept, like leaning forwards in a whoop section. But just to make sure that the front wheel hits each and every one. Would I be considered a pro then if my living is MX bikes at the moment? Even if it's not all from a competitive aspect, if it's just like my day job of playing the game? I don't think anyone truly is a... In terms of like the dictionary definition of pro, no one is a pro in MX bikes. They are just good, or gooderer, betterer at the video game than some other players. I do love that quad into that section. Right, lean forwards, lean forwards, lean forwards. Pro YouTuber, yeah. True. Oh, this track already is so much easier than the last one. Oh, forget that you have to stretch out that last triple a little bit. Over to the right. Rub the life out of that. Oh, I remember that quad used to be was a pain in the balls to get over that. You had to downside the triple perfectly. No, to be fair, we haven't had many hold on to a moments. We really haven't. It's been quite straightforward so far, which I'm very surprised by. I didn't expect things to be going this smoothly, if I'm being honest. I think maybe the hold on to us are just saved for outdoors. I think in Supercross there's not many chances to hold on to it. You're either alive or you're dead. Whereas in outdoors, when you get sketchy, you get like these swaps that just go on for ages where you have a chance of saving them. Oh, we've jumped too far. Right, we've already got to stretch this last one out. I'm alive. Send that as well. Scrub this bad boy. Scrub this too. Just going to change down gear to hopefully get more drive. Oh my god. Yeah, that is a difficult jump to get. Thank you very much, Gumball. Do I like the factory bikes? Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's like a night and day difference between the both. I'd love a combination of OEM and OEM bikes and factory bikes, but they definitely have their place. It's nice having like a factory version where the OEMs are obviously like off the showroom floor, so to speak. It's nice having like a more souped up, beefier version of the bikes. I know a lot of other players prefer them as well. I will say they definitely need their own setups too, because when I used them on the full Krakenberg in my 16-hour stream, and I really struggled to get them up the hills. But then I hopped on the Fantic 450 OEM bike and I got up the hills no problem. But I definitely think there are pros and cons to both of them, but I'm all for having more and more bikes in the game. Absolutely love it. Like today as well, I made a video with Charlie on that new, I say new, on that 1978 like 75cc bike that was released by Mini. So we had to go on that, and I'm all for different bikes, all kinds of shapes and sizes. I really do not mind.
It's your boy.
Oh my god, boys, we're popping off. I didn't expect this. This was just meant to be like a casual like testing stream. What's going on? Why's everyone being so nice? Thank you very much, Ryan. It's more of a Scramble Enduro special test stage, similar length to Enduro at Hevelenberg, but in a desert. Yeah, no, I get that. It does give me Hevelenberg vibes, where it's like traily, hare and hounds, scramblish type vibes. Could be good. I'll probably go through and test a bunch of different ones to see which ones I want to race on. It's just been so long since there was a proper Enduro event on this game. And I think the biggest reason being is, obviously it's a hell of a commitment to host a series in the first place, but there's always that worry of, is there going to be enough people showing up? Hopefully if it's something that I'm trying to like push out to you guys to be involved in, then hopefully we'd get the numbers to make it worthwhile. I'd say so, Smig. I think I've practiced so much with the OEM style of leaning back a certain amount and barely having the front wheel touching the floor at all, that I've just perfected that. So when you have to then try and relearn that into a different style, it's a bit awkward for me. Not sure what you mean by that, Maximus. If it was like an actual organised series and you've got your UID and everything right on the website and you qualify, they will definitely upload to the website. If you qualify in times fast enough to make it in, then it will be on there for you to race. Oh, we should be able to get this quad now. That was a good landing. Yes. Go clean, little double. Oh, and then ruin the section right after it by going into the bales. Oh my god. We are up though. Oh, not going to be up for long. A bit steezy. Oh, we're getting too steezy. There we go. Hold on, dear. Hold on, dear. We did. We held on. There you go, Alex. That one's for you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much. I think with the enduro tracks, I don't think you've got to be like the fastest guy in the world either. You've just got to be like consistent to get a clean lap in without too many major setbacks. Because I very much doubt when it comes to like the Resolute Kraken courses, the shorter versions of the Krakenberg, the lap times are between like 8 and probably 15 minutes depending on who you are. But there's a couple of sections where you could fail multiple times at it and then have to push the bike up, which could lose you like a minute or 2 minutes over the course of one lap. So if you manage to get like a slower but smoother run, you could still be in with a chance. You really could. In regards to when the WSX tracks will be released, I imagine they would do it the same way the Supercross tracks last year and the aerial tracks and MXB GP tracks this year have been done, where they'll probably release about 30 minutes before the race or before qualifying starts. I think it's the best way of doing it. It stops people grinding the track for hours and hours. So for example, tomorrow there is a pre-season WSX race. The race is at 10 PM my time, or starts at 10 PM my time. So I'd imagine the track releases at 9:30 my time. So the players get 30 minutes to practice it by themselves. They then get thrown in a server to do qualifying, etc. And it just creates an even playing field overall. So the first actual round is on the 17th of this month, so it's going to be next Monday. So again, I would imagine it to be released at that same time, but on next Monday instead. Oh my god. Right, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Push that front end down. Lovely. Yeah, that was quite a clean lap. I think at least. I can't remember the entire one, but yeah, love that. 0.87 better, 56.09. I have no idea what qualifying times or anything like that was back when we was racing this. You'll probably find it was like 53s or something stupid like that, because the boys that play this game, I think they take all sorts of substances when they play. Yeah, random Tuesday stream, Frizzy. Just a bit of practice. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow as well, which would make it 3 days in a row, which is very weird for me. No, 4 days in a row. This is the third day, isn't it? So I've done the 16 hours on Sunday. Then done MXGP on Monday, doing this tonight, and then we've got WSX tomorrow. How do you keep balance on the bike? Every time I do a hairpin, I always end up on the ground. I don't think there is an easy way of answering it, to be honest. A lot of it comes with practice. A lot of it comes with trying to fine-tune your settings to something that you're really comfortable with. Like, one thing that's really difficult for me to do is explain how I do things, because I don't think about it too much. I might have the odd situation here or there, like you saw on the last track that I played, I was having trouble in the whoops. So then I went back and approached them differently. But it's really hard, especially with like whips or turns. It's hard explaining what you're doing in the moment because every corner is different. A lot of it just comes down to muscle memory and feel. I couldn't tell you at any given point what my fingers are doing. They're just doing it. They're just reacting to what's coming up in front of me. I remember being younger and watching like real life how to like whip videos, and everyone on there as well was like, you just do it, you just throw it. It's like really hard to grasp. It all comes with time. That step off is that always that difficult? Or am I being an L gamer? Am I meant to step over? Why is that so hard? What? Okay. We're having a funny 5 minutes in. Let's try and regroup, regain. Scrub that harder. There we go. That shouldn't have been that difficult, should it? Uh-oh. Oh, this is... We're meant to triple out here, aren't we? Triple up and over. Everything's a lot peakier on here than I remember. Oh, God. Oh, God, what am I doing? Yeah, you're meant to counterlean in the corner, so... well, flat corners, that is. Flat corners or berms. I wouldn't advise doing it in ruts or bumpy sections, because it gets wonky. Yeah, just like real life, you should lean the opposite way that you're turning. Puts more weight on the outside. Gives you more traction. Helps you turn better. There's some things in this game that are true to life. Or true to real life. God, how was we getting over that quad in the racing? I think I'm just washed up. I think I'm hella washed. Our boys are broken. What's going on? I feel like I'm reloading these tracks again where I've not played them since the actual racing. Guess my brain can only store so many different tracks lines in my head at once. Got that a bit easier this time. God, I hate over-unders on this game. So wonky with the game's physics. Alright. Let's start again. Let's just try and get a clean lap in. This is ridiculous. I've never been this wonky on a track in my life, I don't think. The old scrub. There we go. And triple. Triple again. Now remember we scrubbed this. Or did we scrub that or did we send it to there? I'm not sure. My Christ. I am broken. Please send the help. Please send the help. You know what? I'm going to change track. Emerson, I have no issue with banning you. I literally told you yesterday to behave yourself. And you know full well what you're doing. So do it again and I will get rid of you. Please behave. It's not difficult to do. And no server zero. I'm just playing by myself, doing some testing, rather than trying to dodge people. WSX, WSX, WSX. Try this one out. Oh, we like this track. This track is a tricky one, but very, very fun too. No, Hells doesn't play anymore. I don't know if he has any plans on coming back anytime soon, but as of right now, he's done so with the game. All them insider ruts are very difficult to get into. Little stretch on there, step off, triple, triple, scrub on, off. I do like little on-off sections like that. I feel like you're going so fast, trying to stay as low as possible. Going well, thank you, Trevor. I've been trying to throw some heaters. Most of it is just trying to feel the flow of Supercross again. The WSX pre-season races tomorrow, so I'm trying to get out of that nationals-only mindset and do a little bit of soupy practice. It's a rare occasion that I'll sit here and like ride around by myself as well. A lot of the time it's usually in lobbies, so it's quite nice. It's refreshing. Hello, Zidane. I think Ryder will come back eventually. Unless he's like fully grinding Sim to try and go pro on that game. He's still about a little bit. He does. He commentates. He does some of the streams now as well. I think everyone gets burnt out after a while as well, which is why, especially over the last year or so, I've really focused on not playing the game like too much every single day. Just playing it a little bit here and there. Still trying to keep it fun for me. I had my little like burnout bit towards the start of this aerial season. But I think I've kind of tried to change my mindset up a little bit and how I approach it and just enjoy it for what it is, rather than trying to take it overly competitive all the time. Although this WSX season I think is going to be very, very competitive. So we'll see how that goes. Might just have to spend hours and hours searching for a new start technique again. And hopefully that one doesn't get banned too. Probably the Honda 250 is my favourite at the moment, Colton. Yeah, I do. This track's nice. It flows well. I feel like I should be in second gear there rather than third. I feel like I'm not moving forwards as much as I could be by bogging the bike too much. Well, I'll keep third in this corner, because then I want to shift up to fourth through the whoops, because it helps the bike track through a little bit quicker. Back down to third at the end, get some drive. Down to second. I think this has been the best flowy track so far for me. Scrub. Up and over everyone's least favourite object in the game, the old over-under tunnels. Just because it's an object, it's not like dirt. You get some really weird traction / physics off of it. Over to the left, little quad. Try and get out the bales. Slow it down into that inside rut. Yeah, I made money off of pro races. For the MXGP races in EU, they pay out a little bit per race. You get like $10 if you win, then like $5 for second, and like $1 for 10th, something like that. It slowly goes down. You make little bits on each one of those races. Not made huge prize money in terms of overalls in a season, because I haven't... Annoyingly, yeah, the season that I won... I say annoyingly, it was still good. Yeah, the season that I won was before like the big sponsorship stuff. The Supercross season that I won in 22 was $100. But now if you win, it's like 500. And of course, now everybody's really good at the game, and I'm not anymore. So I'm, yeah, not getting the big bucks. What I do like, which they don't usually do in aerials, so I'm glad that they've done it this time, is they've given a predetermined prize money amount before the season starts, so people know what they're signing up for. I'll make another track eventually, Crown Rider, yeah. I've not started on one just yet. Nice having a break. Takes a lot out of you making tracks. Really does. Doesn't sound like it would be difficult to do, but I think where I was trying to push myself to release it before I went away on vacation, I don't know if I burnt myself out a little bit or what, but I was spending like 6+ hours a day on it. I know I'm going to jinx it as soon as I say this, but I am flowing very well right now. It's going to be a crash this lap, I can feel it now that I've said that. Hello Wyatt, you alright man? Good to have you back again. Oh, there we go, that was the mistake. I told you, as soon as I say something. Can we triple this? Oh my god, we can. We're back into everything. Small mistake, minor. Wasn't too bad. Hello, Chill Dog. Oh god, we got into that whip there. Get back on top. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, but we don't want to do tracks that we're finding easy. We want to do the ones that really challenge us and I find difficult. So let's do that. This is just practice. Why? This isn't like the actual race. So this is just practice for the practice race. Just noticed I've not got my 6D helmet on. There we go. Oh yeah, just a practice stream today, and then tomorrow is going to be the pre-season race. I think my next track Zidane will just be like a custom one. I don't think it'll be a replica at all. Might try my hand at making like a compoundy type vibe, so I can put some Supercross in, enduro trails in, outdoors, so I can kind of throw everything at it. Different style of tracks, yes, but same track creator if Stone Rider's going to be making them. So I thought I'd practice on some Stone Rider tracks. I could practice on the WSX tracks that are already in the game, but they're made by Jackie Moon, so like different jump templates, corners, whoops, etc. I don't think that lap times on those sorts of tracks are comparable for pro races at all. You could run like world record laps on those tracks and not qualify for the actual races because the tracks are much harder. So very difficult to say based on that information. Ah, I see. Oh, I remember, yeah, this whoop section was difficult. It's hard trying to get the bike turned in that left 90 and get it in a real straight line before the whoop starts. Try this inside here. What was it? Double in and triple, yeah. I think I'd throw the outside, to be honest. It's just much easier, much safer. We jump... Oh, did you jump over that? I can't remember now. You might make the B group, Emerson, but I wouldn't say that you'd get in A group with those lap times. I think you want to be getting... I mean, if we're comparing it at all, I really don't think it's comparable. But you want to be getting like sub-minute on club, and I really don't know Farm 14 lap times off the top of my head. Oh my Christ, we're overhooking in the corners. Go on, triple back on. K-dub. K-dub vibes. Skirt. Very infrequently speed fighter. Probably like 3 times a year or so, not very often at all. It's alright, we're flying around this one a little bit. It's not been too bad so far. A little bit sloppy in some rhythm sections. But I do think that riding the 4 fatty rather than 252 stroke is going to probably save me a lot of brain cells. Definitely makes life easier. Also still going to have to bring out A game on the day. Well, it's an L for EU as well, Stumpy, so it ends up just trying to be a best of both worlds for each side. It's not like none of the Europeans are a fan of either, I wouldn't have thought. It starts, for me it starts at 10, but for the rest of EU it starts at 11 PM, so you can imagine it will still go on until like early hours in the morning. So it's just trying to accommodate both as best as possible. I imagine none of the New Zealand guys will probably do it, they'll be at work or whatever. I'm just lucky that my timetable can be adjusted to accommodate most things, unless I'm like fully away from home. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It can do sometimes, truxing. Like, I mean, for the most part, it's okay. There's definitely worse handling bikes out there. I think a lot of it's just how you try and land as well. It definitely does have some bouncy moments. You'll see exactly that actually in tomorrow's video. I made a video today, and it had some very interesting front end bounce moments. And tomorrow's video actually is. I encourage you to watch it because I don't think it's like everyone's normal cup of tea, their normal thing, and it definitely wasn't mine either. Me and Charlie done something a little bit different that we never do, and I actually had a good amount of fun doing it. Uh-oh. I don't know why I'm trying to quad this. I remember in the racing, the fast way was to go triple and then roll and hug the inside rather than jump all the way into the corner. What's my opinion on the TFC tracks? I've got an entire video about TFC tracks. I don't think it'll be good for me to start going into detail about them again. I think it's a bit rude to slap a number on between 1 and 10 for an entire set of tracks as well. Oh god, there's so much going on in chat right now. I'm trying to see what's going on. I don't know, Holly. It all depends on per PC. There is no best setting to stop you lagging. You just need to experiment, or probably, unfortunately, get a better PC, which I know is not the case for everybody. I also am not a computer guy at all. We've had a bit of a realisation, Aiden, that I think I was setting myself up to fail with the two-stroke. Especially when there's so much in terms of prize money on the line. I think I'm just going to be stressing myself out. Done a couple laps on it and just could not get anything going. Hopped on the 450 and then straight away started flowing quite nicely. I think it's going to have to be the way. We're going to have to go a little bit try-hard with it for that season, or that series. Yeah, I can't tell you like what settings to use, like Holly, because I literally just run maxed out settings because I've got a good PC. Like, it's not something I've had to worry about, so I have no experience on what works and what doesn't work with helping with frames the most. But how is this my best lap so far? This has been awful. I've been rolling through rim sections. I've not had a good lap on this track yet, I don't think. There we go. Nice, better on the inside. I need to hit this next section right. We need to step on, step off, triple. Oh, I jumped a bit far wide there. Cost me a bit of time. Would have been nice to apex it a little bit better. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, god damn it, I was 1.6 seconds up. I just want to get a lap, like a clean one, like hitting every rhythm section as I'm meant to. Say that, case straight away. Alright, we can save it. It's very hard for me to read every single message in the chat, boys. So if I do miss it, I can only apologise. But if I tried reading every single thing and replying to every single thing, then we wouldn't actually get much gameplay done at all. Yeah, finally we've got a somewhat decent lap. I'd spend half the time off the track or on the floor. Oh, okay. Next track. I don't know, Crown. You can make your own team if you really want to. I've never had to look for teams. I've always ended up being approached by people. I am a firm believer, though, if you should really just be on a team of friends. I don't think there's much point being on a team just for the sake of it. If there's any, like, you get teams that are created and they're like, we're going to pay our riders money each round and blah blah, and they never last. They never work out. Just play the game with people that you're friends with, enjoy it. And at the end of the day, the only thing that it changes is the tiny bit of writing that is after your name in a lobby. That's it. So I wouldn't worry about teams at all. We're staying hydrated for once as well. Having a constant water intake. Right, let me scroll up to see what Emerson's saying, because apparently he's been saying the same thing. What's going on there? I think Paboso should add a career mode. Yeah, that's never going to happen. He doesn't update the core problems in the game. He's not going to go out of his way and add a career mode. So, there you go. There's the end of that. I finally answered it. If you want to, you haven't got to be in a team to race. You can just sign up. You've not got to be part of a team at all. Oh, this was the one track of the year that I actually won on. And I actually need to thank Mr. Proposo for letting me win on this, because a death spike appeared right on the landing of that jump. And Hell's met his demise. Yeah, the MX Bikes gods were looking down at me for that one. Oh, I remember this section was horrible. Like, stretching out each and every triple to get over him. I think in regards to spamming chat, the only point that it's stupid and annoying to do is if you can still see your previous message on the screen and you've sent another one. So then it's like, why? You know, it's still there. If it's disappeared and we've moved on, then yeah, by all means, do it again. Because then I probably have just legit missed it. Hello, Relax. I feel like you guys can probably tell when I'm reading chat as well, because I just drift off the track a little bit. Hello, Jerry. Welcome. Oh yeah, that's a stretch. Again, feel sorry for the 250 guys. Right, so I need to send that one a little bit more. Oh, this is the track where Messenger decided he didn't want to win the race right at the very end, wasn't it? You can load up the game yourself, Sonny, and do as many backflips as you want. I'm not sure why you so desperately want me to do a backflip in a video game.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Oh yeah, I remember struggling with the back end sliding out, going over that little triple there, and that was also. Oh, this was also the Deegan/Smith track, wasn't it? Where that drama happened. Right, send this. Oh god, that was a bit of a weird kick. You go step on, step off. While still trying to apex it and not slide out at the same time. I don't think I've ever. Obviously, I can't read each and every message out the corner of my eye, but I can see the chat like moving through when a new one goes in. I don't think I've ever seen it move this much before. Like everyone's very, very active today. Maybe is Tuesday nights the new thing? Should this be a weekly deal? Supercross Tuesdays. That's a nice ring to it. I was planning at one point of doing like random game Wednesdays. Just random Steam games, but I thought that's a lot of commitment, something that probably won't do very well because it's not bikes related. Oh. Doing well, thank you, Popo. Hope you're doing well too. What's the time in Australia right now? I suppose you boys don't usually get to see me unless I'm doing some weird like really long stream. A little bit of out of hours for me. The only reason I can stream like this late as well is because I've got the house, well, I say me and my brother have the house to ourselves for the week. Family's away. And he sleeps like a log anyway, so I have no worry about waking him up. I'm not sure, what corner are you referring to, Holly? Because, I mean, I take the outside and the corners that you have to take the outside. The corners that I'm taking the inside on are the fast lines. I mean this in the least, like, big-headed, egotistical way possible. I won the race on here last season. I know what the fast lines are around here. I don't know any way of wording that without sounding like an arsehole, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of line choice around here, I know where to go. That was not a good drive through these whoops at all. Remember that whoop section was a really big like part of qualifying when we raced on this track? We're entering flow state now. We're flowing. We're vibing. We're rocking. I still haven't hit this section right once. Try and send this a little bit more. There we go. Check up a little bit for this third one. Scrub the double into the corner. Go on, off, inside. Oh, maybe we did have good luck because I'm 0.5 off when this one felt decent up in the whoops. Uh-oh. Oh. There we go, it's a much better run. Right, we're not up just yet, but we could bring it back for the rest of the lap. We should swing out wide here and then cut across. It's easier to triple this. Double, and downside this well, scrub the triple. Oh, we're up a little bit. Jumped a bit far into the corner. Stretch it. Stretch this one as well. Check up a little bit on this one. Scrub, we've gone a bit far. And again. Lovely. See, that was a nice lap. Nice and clean. Watch me throw it away in the last corner. That we're good. We're up. About 59.2. I'll take that. As long as I get like one good lap in, I'm happy. Just trying to get the flow going. The pre-season race is tomorrow, Jax. So just like a test race to see how it all goes, and then round 1 of it is on the 17th. So I believe that's on Monday. Oh, there you go. Talking about how to get on a team, and we've got a team developing in the chat as we go. But it's not that difficult at all. You just have to become friends with people and play the game with them. Best bike to learn on, probably like a Honda 250. It's like the most predictable. Oh, God. Oh, I've actually got it first time. I mean, that quad there that I've just hit, that was a pain in the bum in qualifying. And then we got a triple, single. And then, oh, no, this whoop section was awful. Awful was in difficult. Dude. Get her. Oh, that was nice. This was the track that Roxon got the dub ski on, wasn't it? Got super roughed out. I have no idea, Emerson. Usually if it's not a question that's directed at me, I just ignore it and carry on playing the game. I say there's no such thing as a good team, in my opinion, Era. A team should just be a group of friends that you play with. It shouldn't matter on if the team has fast riders on it or not. You should literally just play it because you want to play with them. But all it is at the end of the day is some extra letters at the end of your name. When I was on McCreations, the only McCreations rider that I ever played and spoke with anyway was Chicken. And now that I left McCreations and I'm on FXR, I still play with McChicken. You know, it hasn't changed anything at all. My brake timing isn't very good today, by the looks of it. I keep like braking too late into some of these 90s. Oh, there's no chance getting that. Hit the boing. Try and ride it out. Gotta check up hard for that. I don't think there's any possible way of quadding out of that section. Wait. Constantly fighting with traction around that whole left where you're trying to hug it as tight as possible whilst jumping. Okay, that's bigger than I thought. That's what she said. Have you changed your direct lean since the patch? No, I don't change setups at all. In fact, I don't think I've changed anything since my setup video. The only thing that might be different is I don't know if I had this on 40 or 50 in that setup video. I don't change anything ever. I think you should get used to a setup and stick with it. I think constantly changing suspensions or steering setups is a good way of not getting any sort of flow. It was funny. It's no surprise that it did not get monetized low, but it's okay because everyone came through, slapped their wieners out on the table, get some lovely donations, which made up for the ad revenue. So thank you everyone for that again. I carried on after that stream and recorded a video with those same people. I just made sure to go through and add some beeps in when I come to edit it. Hopefully that's all well received. Alright, so we need to tire tap that. Lovely. Hit the quad. Jump all the way into the corner with the double. Thank God that triple out isn't a big one because I jumped way too deep into the turn. I don't know, I swear I was having grief with that whoop section when this race was on. I don't know why I'm hitting it so well now. Boing. Yeah, try and triple that and that. This inside here is pretty pointless. Like, you lose so much time by checking up and bouncing off of that. I suppose it's more if you completely mess up the corner and you can't get the triple. It gives you an option rather than having to roll everything. Oh, I might not be getting that. Nope, didn't think so. Back end tagged the jump for it just a tiny bit. Well, I'm just trying to give myself the best chance possible, Tom. Because even though you're getting the dubski and getting the 500 simoleons, I could still be with a chance of maybe getting 200 or 100, you know? So I've got to try and put in a little bit of practice. And I'm so in national mode that I need to try and get some sort of Supercross flow back. Real question is, why are you awake, sir? I'm the only one from the UK that's meant to have this messed up with a sleeping schedule. Oh, Zamis, thank you very much. I have to, I need to inquire how I go about seeing the numbers behind the scenes, because I asked about like the commission stuff, and apparently it's like on a monthly basis. So I'll inquire about that and see what's actually happened, like see how many people have used the code, because I'm very intrigued to see the numbers myself. But thank you very, very much, because in an indirect way, you are helping me out a lot by doing that. So thank you, and I hope when it arrives, you like it. So I really do like mine, like genuinely. I know that you get people that are sponsored by brands or companies that you kind of just have to be nice about it, but it's probably my favourite gear that I've ever had in terms of fit. It fits really nicely. It's more, it's not like skin tight fit as in like 7 gear, for example, where it's compression stuff. But it's tighter than, say, like Alpine Star gear that I've worn in the past. But it's a nice tight. It's not like it's going to suddenly cause your arms to pump up. It's just well fitted. No, I honestly, Will, I have no idea how you ride that TM. I've tried it so many different times and trying to find something that works, but I just can't. The balance on it feels so strange. It's like all of the weight's in your head, and if you're a little bit off balance, it just pulls you side to side until you crash. And then you got to add the suspension into account as well, and it's like super bouncy and horrible. I can't do it. No, the code doesn't work at all, Schlaps, for US or Canada. 2 reasons being, one, the reason that they picked me up in the first place is to try and increase their reach into the EU, because they're already massive in Canada and the US anyway. And then the other reason that it doesn't apply there yet is because they need higher approval within the company anyway to make it apply to those regions. That just what I've got now, where it covers EU and then a couple of others, that is what they could kind of approve for me for the time being. I'd love for it to extend out to the US and Canada for you boys as well, because there's a lot of people that I know would like to pick stuff up, but I feel like I can only ask for so much, you know. I think it's just amazing that they've even considered me in the first place, or considered us as a community in the first place. I don't want to be too greedy and try and push things too far. And I've had a bit of a flow going there towards the end, which I didn't even realise. That's I feel like that's when I play best, is when I'm not thinking about what I'm doing and I'm just flowing and vibing and schmooving around the track. I'm going to skip Daytona because I really didn't like it. Sorry, Sony. That was a custom track, but not a big fan. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I don't think it works for the Aussies either. I don't think there's an FXR website for the Aussies, Popo. If you load it up, see if it tries taking you to a different site, because if it takes you to anything that is not America or Canada, the code should work. Because it's all like website dependent as to what region you do it on. I'm sure if you're from the US, you could probably try buying from the European store. It'll just cost you a fortune in shipping, I'd imagine. Oh my god, how many setups have I got here? Jesus Christ! I've definitely done some testing on this track back in the day. Jeez! I can't answer that with 100% certainty, Swagbones. I think so. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone else. Maybe there's other people in other games. But I think in bikes it might just be me. Supercross is kind of back, Presley. We got the WSX season starting on Monday. Pre-season race for it is tomorrow. It's really spread out. It's not like on a weekly basis. It follows the real life schedule where there's like a month in between each race, which is a bit of a nail. I don't know why they do that in real life. I mean, nobody's going to be getting any sort of flow going from round to round. What's our jerky? That's not from oh god, what's his name? I know one of the real life pros has a jerky business, doesn't he? I don't think who it is off the top of my head now. Yeah, I don't watch enough of Kellen's stuff to know all the ins and outs. I'll be streaming the pre-race tomorrow, Schlaps, yeah. Wageman, that's it. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know that Kellen's probably got that from being so close to the real life stuff, like in person anyway, hasn't he? Where he's has the Racer X stuff. No, Carl, it wasn't working out too well, and I think because it's going to be a very competitive series, I think the 450 might have to be the move for me. I have no idea. I've just looked to see how long I've been streaming for. I have no idea how I've been going for an hour and a half already. Okay, I probably should step onto that and not all the way over. Yeah, I feel like it's been flying by. It should be in ARL News, I think, Will. Should be a link to it in ARL News. But I think I know where you're coming from, because I think I looked on my MXB first and couldn't find it, and then went to ARL News, and it was only through there that there was a direct link to it. No separate classes at all, Carl. It's no separate regions either. It's EU and NA combined, as well as... and it's open class, so anyone can ride anything they want. Right, let's try and let's get back on the wagon here. Let's stop wadding ourselves. Triple. I'm not going to try sending the quad there. I'm going to check up, and then we should triple into the corner. Lovely. I think it'll be nice. It's going to be very competitive. I don't think there's ever going to be a more competitive series unless they start combining all of these classes and regions together forever. It's going to be interesting to see what bikes people show up on. And I'm calling it now, I feel like someone will win a race on a 254 stroke before the end of the season. Go on, get over it. No. One massively stacked class is better than having EU and NA races. No, I don't, because at the moment, with how the time works, it doesn't work particularly well for anyone. You know, it's like it is the middle ground for EU and NA, but it seems like it doesn't particularly suit either region, so I think having it split would still be better. Yeah, you can show up on a TM300 if you want to, Will. Yes, there's 500s in the game, Jerry. When he says open, I'm guessing he means all of the OEM classes. I'm guessing you can turn up on a 500 if you want to. Yeah, it'd be cool to see if we get any like KTM or CR500s showing up. I'm not sure if you've seen it all, Tom, but apparently for Supercross next season they're going to be splitting the regions, so if you do NA, you can't do EU and vice versa. That could mean we're in with a better chance of some good positions for the EU series, since majority of it is filled up with NA players at the moment. I'm excited about these new enduro bikes as well. I think I'll probably download them tomorrow and see if I can record a video on it and see how they feel overall. I think I did see you saying something about it before, and it was either Aerial Pits or MXB GP General. I'm split opinion on it. I really am. I think it would be good because it makes my life easier, not having to try and beat skills every single week. Obviously, I've still got to try and beat people like Cam and Hells if he comes back. I haven't got to beat people like Ryder or Washed or Keegan, like the really fast Supercross people. Don't know where Chicken stacks up in that. I don't know if Chicken's going to be EU or NA. The Aussies are going to be a bit of a weird one. We'll see how that works. Bad side is I end up being limited on content because it means I can only stream EU. I can't stream NA at all, so that's another stream that gets taken away from me as such. And especially over the last 2 months where the YouTube revenue's been slacking, been a bit tough, I'll take every stream that I can get. I really will. Trying to put in a bit more effort, a bit more of a grind to think of it as more of a job, that the more time you put in, the more you get out of it. So I think I could quite easily like race EU and then see if I can cast NA. But it's at a time that would just be too late for me to cast it enthusiastically without waking up everybody within a couple of houses. Oh my god, what's going on there? I don't think a 51's too terrible around here, if my memory serves me right. Oh, we're not getting over this, are we? Oh no, I managed to time that wheelie perfect. Front end dip just before the top. That was a very nice recovery. So scary when the front wheel completely disappears off the screen.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Just dynamic camera angle things. I could lurk, couldn't I, in the Discord call, and I'll be like Daniel Blair, and every now and then he'll just go, and back to Lynn's on the track, and be like, yeah, well, this rut's absolutely destroyed. It's turned into a trench. No idea how anyone can ride it anymore. Back to you in the booth. Oh, I guess it wasn't that good of a lap. I just beat it with a really bad one. Does that mean 250 riders won't be able to race 450 as well because the class is clogged? Clogged with 250. I have no idea. I really don't. No clue. And we're getting through these. Well, hang on, what's this? Oh, I forgot they got a second Oakland version. Let's do this IRL one. Oh, thank you very much, Spulse. I'm glad that you're enjoying the game. Oh, I've got a skill set up here. What's this? That is... okay. As soon as I see this, and I see that every number's different, I get scared. I don't know what's going on. Let's do this. WSL. Yeah, see, mine's like a lot less different. Like, overall. Oh, pardon me. I don't know why I'm burping so much. Oh, you know what I discovered today? Let's read it as well. I went to the shop because I needed to buy some more water and stuff. I came across some ice cream, and it's Lotus Biscoff ice cream. I don't know if Biscoff is a big thing like everywhere or if it's just a UK thing, but it is so nice. I literally destroyed the entire tub of it. There's like a nice easy 1,000 calories going into the belly. It was very good. Yeah, yeah, I love that. We love a bit of Biscoff. And it's really weird. Like, I don't think it's normal ice cream. The texture of it was a lot different. It's a lot more like creamy and smooth than anything that I'd had before. And it's on the instructions. For some reason, you need instructions for ice cream these days. It said open, leave it for 5 minutes, and then eat it. So they want you to leave it to soften up a little bit. And it was so nice. Like, I'm probably going to go back tomorrow and get some more. I have tried the McFlurry, yes, I was very happy with that. It was very nice. I might get a McDonald's tomorrow, you know. There's not much in the cupboards. Yeah, I might ask my brother if, because I've been designated as, like, responsible guardian whilst the family's away. Might see if he wants a McDonald's. That'd be a good shout. Get my Big Mac fix. Get it in me. What's the Discord? If you mean my Discord, Swagworms, it's in the description. I hope, if I've updated it all correctly. remember what the lines were coming out of this, although, yeah, this was another one of them maps. I'm not sure if you can... I mean, you can probably tell looking at this corner here, but the ruts that we're developing are a lot skinnier than what we've had in previous, like in the early rounds of the season, which I kind of like. Like, it does make it look really, really good. Looks a lot more realistic. Just wish that the game handled them just as realistically. They do make you have to be a bit more precise, otherwise the front end just explodes itself. Well, hitting them a bit better than Cooper Webb did, eh? Hurry up, step on. Can't step over like Cooper Webb though. Not quite that good. I went riding in real life earlier this year. I wasn't able to record it because my GoPro decided it doesn't want to exist anymore. It was not a good time. I rode like absolute cheeks. The track was just beat as hell. It wasn't a fun time. Triple in. Another triple. Triple again. Triple again. Oh, double. 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 No, that's triple, not double. My bad, pimp. The double. Easy does it. I quite like whoops that are built like this, where they're not like all the same. There's a little bit of inconsistency to them. I think that just makes for a more realistic whoop section overall. There's a bunch of sections that were like that in the 2022 season, but he stopped it for some reason. I think it's because there always ends up being like one low line that everyone filters to. Although saying that, the road does that anyway. I'm going to try not to channel main a chase and do a 180 on the face of that. Wall jumps scare me in this game a lot. Never know when you're going to get some slow physics on them. How did I jump so far? Didn't even send it, I checked up a little bit. Getting a taunt to the invisible people behind me. Probably my favourite trick. Love hitting a little whip and a taunt in someone's face. Especially if it's like a bad lapper. Honestly, I would love to ride anywhere in America. Just try one of the big tracks. It's just so damn expensive to get there. Alright, if I was to... What's the closest airport to Glen Helen? To move stuff around in Max Hard, if you... let me say I'm doing, like, my track map, for example. If you hold right-click on it, then you can drag it around wherever you want. Yeah, what's the... Oh, no worries, Finn. Catch that. I didn't know you was practicing with me. You're not allowed. You're too good anyway. Stop it. Glen Helen. Where is it? Apparently it's taking me to the Isle of Man. Apparently there's a Glen Helen in the Isle of Man as well. Glen Helen, USA. It is in California. So if we go to London to California flights, cheap flights from London to California, to LAX. Let's search. The cheapest one is just under $1,000. 918 Great British pounds, which is not ideal. Yeah, that's a thing. How long's the flight time? Wait, what? Oh, it said that it was from 10 until 1. I was like, that's short, like 4 hours, but no, it's 11 hours. It goes all the way through. 11-hour flight. No, thank you. Not a bit of me, I'm afraid. Yeah, and you got the cost of shipping your bike, which is never going to be cheap, unless you like. I guess they do like bike hire at somewhere as big as Glen Helen, maybe. I'm not sure. And paying to ride as well, and paying for fuel, etc., etc. Yeah, all adds up. So yeah, that's why I've never gone riding in the US, although it would be very, very cash money to do at some point. Want to ask you something because you put the MXGP stream down. I want to ask if you could put it up. What round was it? I have no idea what you're talking about there, Finn. I wanted to ask you something because you put it, the MXBGP stream down. I wanted to ask if you could put it up. But what? I'm hoping this isn't my tired brain and it's just very obvious and I'm missing it. Portugal. Oh. Me and Portugal did not go very well. Me and Agueda. Do you want me to put up the stream or the track? I have very, very bad memories of that track. I remember complaining a hell of a lot during that race. Everybody else other than myself for making mistakes. That was in my 250 era, where I still wasn't loving life. I'm now a fully grown 450 man. Oh, yeah, I'm not vibing with this track too well either. It's weird how some tracks you just kind of click with, and then others not so much. Oh no, we like Tampa. Tampa's a good track. Oh, I know. Issue was, I said some things in that stream that I am not very proud of, and that would probably have got me cancelled. So that is why there is no VOD of the GP of Portugal. So that one is gone forever. That will not be seeing the light of day. Not a very good, not a good look. I did say the R word for people that may be born with some special conditions, which isn't great. I think I said the F word for people that may be attracted to the same sex. There was all sorts of things going on in there. Yeah, I did. I saw it. Sorry. That one wasn't too bad, but no. When I start saying these words that I probably shouldn't do, that stream's never coming up. This is just the things that Mateo does to me. You know, just gets under my skin that much. Causes me to ruin my YouTube career in one short stream. Good question. Did I delete it? Or hang on, let me have a look. Did I delete it, or is it still there just as like a private video? Your videos. Live. God, how long ago was Agata? Yeah, look, no surprise by the way. No surprise that the NA stream yesterday got limited ads. But that's the thing. Let me scroll. This one's copyright, probably because of music. Round oh my god, we've got a while to go. Round 13. Keep going. Round 8. Round 4. It's private, so it exists. I just haven't put it up. So it's there. It exists somewhere. It's never going to see the light of day. You guys are never going to see it. So I hope that's an acceptable answer. Weirdly enough, Popo, I know what you mean. The issue is that other people get offended on other people's behalf. So they could have no issue with the word whatsoever, but some other Twitter keyboard warrior, but you can't say that, that's really offensive, meh. And then they'll make it their job to try and shut you down. Whereas I know, like, my favourite, this is going to be the weirdest sentence ever come out of someone's mouth, my favourite disabled person, being Mr. Ricky Russell, he's a very light-hearted person. He makes fun of himself all the time. He would have no issue with me making any sort of disability joke his way at all. However, if I was to say it in like a video, for example, or without Ricky present, someone would go, you can't say that, that's really out of order, blah, blah, blah. But Ricky would have no problem. But it's everyone else that is the issue. So yeah, I try and behave myself a bit more these days. The NA stream last night was a little bit different because that was just gaming with the boys, with the lads, and I had accepted that there was going to be no monetization from that. But luckily we had people like Wyatt and a couple of others as well going and slapping some big old donos in there, which more than covered the ad revenue. So again, thank you very much. I'm gonna make a whole video of my top 10 disabled MX Bikes players. Number 1, Ricky Russell. Number 2, Austin Wheels. Number 3, Buzz Cooksey. Number 4, sorry, that's all we've got time for because I don't know of any others. I reckon that video could bang. To be fair, Jams would be considered disabled because of his webbed toes. So yeah, we could put Jams at number 4. We do have Sorrow with his dodgy ankles, so Sorrow at number 5. Yeah, this round's got some good memories. Where I was taking a very legit line that nobody else had any issue with at all. But Hemi decided that he didn't like me taking that line, so instead decided to wide open pump me before, well, in the last corner, which it wasn't the last lap at all. Because he didn't like it and he considered it cheating. I'm going to take that line now for you, so you can decide if it's cheating or not. There you go. Done it. Just by taking off on the inside of that little lip. That is the cheat that was happening, which apparently deserved me being punted off the track. Which had no repercussions, by the way. Reaper Doc just let Hemi off with a warning because he said sorry. Which I think's stupid. Right, an apology doesn't give me that position back. Greetings, Mr. Doc. How be you, sir? I hope your stream went swimmingly. Hope it went well. We are just here today. We are gathered here today to watch Linda play some Supercross by himself to warm up for tomorrow's pre-season race. We're having a nice chilled time, vibing with the chat, talking about our favourite disabled people in a very respectful manner as well. No digs at all. We're going through my top 5 disabled MX Bikes players. We had Ricky, Wheels, Buzz, Jams, and Soru so far. Listen them all off. I could put myself on there, because I feel like you've got to have something wrong with you to play this game as a living. Oh, that was sexy. You know, that probably didn't look any different. Yeah, Jams has webbed feet. He's slightly inbred, so he's got some slightly webbed toes, so we'll consider him as being disabled. And Sorry's got some dodgy ankles, so he's in there as well. But let's have a look at this. You guys probably saw nothing different here than riding through it normally. However, I guarantee I saved about 2 temps through this section by getting the back wheel to land perfectly. You'll see as I pitch the bike up, so the back wheel lands perfectly on the downside of this. And then it accelerates all the way to there. And again, get to stay nice and low where I sat down. And then land perfectly, accelerates all the way to there. And again, sit down, stay nice and low. Like, it looks like nothing. But I promise you, that makes such a big difference to lap time. And it's so satisfying when you do it right. No worries, Jerry. I'll see you later, man. He got rid of them. Yeah, Jams is definitely disabled if he's got rid of the mullet. If I could grow a good mullet, that's never leaving me. Ever. Always got to be keeping that back wheel on the ground. Maybe that's why I do alright in sand tracks. I feel like the sand GPs this year are the only outdoor races that I've particularly done really well on. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a hidden talent, is keeping that back wheel on the floor, keeping it planted. Not so much bald patches, Tom, more just the hairline retreating is all. But yeah, the top of my head still Gucci. It's just more of the forehead showing day by day. So I may be taking a flight to watch the GP of Turkey next year. Get the old boss man on the case, get the doctors to do their thing. Not doctors, surgeons, whatever you want to call it. True. Yeah, I suppose actually I've got to get it all done before a face reveal, otherwise I need to wear a hat or a beanie all the time. Or just wear a mask, that'll be my persona. It's easily coverable. It's not to the point where it's like, oh my god, you desperately need to shave all your hair off because it's embarrassing. But we like making fun of it. I call Charlie fat. He says I've got a receding hairline. We go back and forth. I honestly feel like the best thing to do is to make fun of yourself before other people do anyway. And then you kind of put up this barrier, this shield. And I think I've been online long enough now as well to not let people's mean comments get to me. The big meanies on the virtual interwebs. You're going for the fast lines here, coming out all the way wide. Can you step on this from the inside? Oh my god, you can. Okay. I mean, very, very slow in the corner, but fast out. Yeah, exactly. Exiled, that's the right word for it. Just busting people's balls, that's all. It's nice to still be able to have a little bit of a joke about with people these days without everyone getting too upset and offended by it. Alright, can I hit this? Damn, I can't... What's going on with me? I can't hit this line. I'm turning around, I'm doing it again. I want to hit it before I come off of this track. Rob, transfer. And we scrub over to the right. And we wheelie to there, up and over that. There we go, finally got it. Clean. Well, that inside's tricky. The front end doesn't like it at all. I'm very intrigued about the MX Bikes and Nations track this year, now you mention it, because it already exists in-game. Like, we've got JV Zone A, we've got Jesse's Zone A as well, to be fair. They can take your pick. But I wonder if they're going to make make a newer one. If I was to just be spitballing here and throwing out what I think would happen, I probably think JV would just end up updating his current one. So, I mean, if you want to get proper sweaty for Nations, then by all means start grinding out Earn A now. I'm very happy because I'm a fan of it. I just wish that the actual event would be in the rain, because apparently that's the only thing that I'm good at doing, is wet events or sand events. Yeah, we've almost gone through all these tracks, which is very impressive. My advice, if you're a complete newbie, would be to make sure you've downloaded like the OEM stuff all properly before you really get into things. Just copy any random pros setup as well, will give you a good base. And start on the easy tracks. Everyone loves Forest and MXB Club, tracks like that. If you're going to kind of push the boat out and then try and do some slightly harder tracks, whether it's Nationals or Supercross, I would advise just walking before you can run. So just like roll or double your way around the track before you try sending like triples into rhythm sections and stuff, because it's much better to just start running consistent laps than it is to set one burner and then the next 50 laps you keep crashing. You know, it's much better to go, even if it's 10 seconds a lap slower, but getting around, than it is to just keep sending it everywhere and dying. And then with time, you'll just pick up more and more pace, and you'll get faster and faster, and you'll just be probably one of the more consistent players, and you'll do very well for it. Oh yeah, I remember this track. This is the track with the big boy lines. Get her! Get her! No. Rest in peace. Oh, thank you very much, Millie. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Or more than enjoy, love the videos. Thank you so much. Many, many more to come. I have no intention of going anywhere anytime soon, so I hope you keep enjoying them. Hope you're enjoying the stream as well. Yeah, people don't race enough rain in this game. You are correct. We need more rain. I love the rare rainy events. I think because throttle control is just like one of my best areas on this game overall, I tend to do quite well on it. Right, let's try again. Oh, scrub it too hard. I was just trying to stay a little bit lower so I could get more speed going forwards. This whoop section was brutal. I remember doing this on a 250 as well. That's brutal on a 450 too. I think Supercross has always come quite naturally to me because it used to be my favourite thing on Sim as well. So I just kind of have that kind of like riding style as well of using the entire of the bold turns, rolling on the throttle, trying to be really smooth. It just suits me. I have fun with it as well. Even if I'm riding really badly on Supercross, it doesn't kind of get on my nerves as much as riding badly in outdoors. This isn't WSX just yet, Jace. WSX is tomorrow. I'm just riding some Supercross tracks to get me like in the flow of soupy tracks rather than outdoors. Because we've had a lot of outdoors the last few months. Just trying to remember what our rhythm section is. Oh, we've got... See, I feel like I could have made that time and I checked up. Yeah, definitely a big old section. Yeah, I think I'm faster on the Yamaha mic. The reason that I use other bikes in outdoors and stuff is just to try and be a little bit different rather than being the same as everyone else. But there's no denying that I think it's the best. I say best, it's the easiest bike, it's the most predictable bike. You know what it's going to do. It doesn't give you as many weird physics as some of the other ones do. Oh, got a bit deep there. It's fine. Still triple out. Triple, triple. I want to check up a little bit more for this corner because I've been exiting it a little bit wide. There we go. Scrub over that. What that? No, I'm checking up. Didn't get it as fast as I'd like to. You have to make that like split second decision at the very end and if you want to send it or not. Good run through the whoops, although I'm a bit far to the right hand side here. Yeah, it gets maybe a little bit sketchy over the over-under. Get to scrub the life out of these. Stretch the triple a little bit. Not going to send this into the finish line because I'm not that desperate for a hot lap. It's a very nice corner, that sand one. You can keep the back wheel on the ground the whole time just by moving your body weight about. Right, let's try again. Oh no, slid out in the corner. So again, just going to check up, hit the triple. I feel like this rhythm section is very forgiving. You can case a jump a little bit and still ride out of it fine. I would like to hit the big line through there before I move on to the next track. I don't know if Hells is going to come back for any like special events like Nations. I'd like him to, because I think the Great Britain team will be sadly lacking without him. Yeah, I'm not too sure on how MX Nations is going to go. think it all depends on what riders we've got about closer to the time. I do think it'll be a struggle for us to back up our win this year. Right, let's try again. Nope. Back wheel barely clipped the jump again. Ah, god damn it. We'll get there. We'll get it one lap. I'd rather be safe than put myself over and over again. Oh, hold on, dear. I definitely think, yeah, I think we could get top 3. I don't know if we'd be getting a win without Hurls. He was very, very pivotal, since he's kind of the only person that can go head-to-head with skills at the moment. Well, who knows? It'll be on Erne, I'm guessing, and I do like Erne, so maybe I'll have a standout performance. No pressure or anything, right? Yes, if I even qualify, I might not even make it through. If I don't qualify, you know, full well I'm asking to see if I can stream it from my POV too. But I know there'll be a predetermined streamer, but I'd love to give it a go. I've run out of fuel. Out. I'm not on the setup that I was on. Oh my god, what am I doing? I didn't even notice. So that was... Right, I'm going to remember that. Sound like Will Smith. Ah, that's hot. That's hot. Alright. So if I have trouble now on this setup, I'm going to give that a go. That is a very nice offer of you, Narvo. Thank you very much. Would I be allowed to put it on my channel as well as on your Twitch, is the question. Because I am greedy like that. Do be greedy. No worries, Exile. Oh, I don't know about this suspension actually. Doesn't kind of like... doesn't flow off the top of the jumps as much as I'd expect. It's like the back end compresses and it gets hung up a little bit. It's like it steals some of the speed away from me. I might compare the two setups and see how they're different. I'll give it another lap. I don't want to just give it like one attempt and that's it, just in case it was just me having a bad luck. I think the SG12 boots, I think they were originally ripped from another game. So I don't think they're available to download anymore. So I think it's just a case of if anyone has them in their game before they got removed, then don't get rid of them if you want to keep riding them. I think if anyone tries like re-uploading them to mods, I think they'd probably get removed just for being ripped content. Yeah, I want to see the suspension on this. This doesn't feel great. How different is it? Oh, it's very different. Oh. Now I kind of want to go and try other tracks with the same setup. With the DAR setup. No worries, Aero. Thank you for stopping by, man. Yeah, that's a good point. Do I have them? No, I don't have them. To be fair, these Fox Instincts as well, I think one of these might be ripped. So I don't know if they're still available to download. Should I? Oh god, I feel weird now. What was the track that I was struggling on? That I was not having a good time with. India I was fine on. Detroit I was fine on. Seattle I was okay on. Glendale I was fine on. I struggled on Atlanta a lot. Let me try Atlanta with that other setup. I think there's a couple of like top countries, buddy, but some countries don't even have like free riders to compete. I know, like Dylan, for example, with Belgium. There's not many Belgian players on this game. Right, what round was we on? We was on round 4. Oh, maybe it just felt good because I had less fuel in. Let me try it with 7 litres. Ah, that's hot. Canada's done okay in the past. I don't think they've done too well last year, though. Especially now, like Evmove's gone, I think. So that's one of like their top players, top performers. They got Boardman, but I honestly, a lot of the time, I don't know the difference between... If you just put me in a voice call with a Canadian and some of the Americans, I find it very hard to tell the difference a lot of the time. So until I actually see the list of sign-ups, I don't know where people are from. Owen doesn't play the game anymore, which I suppose is good for me, because he can't out-qualify me on hot laps. But it was annoying, because he was prone to being someone that leaves races, and then when he qualified for Nations in 21, and Reese and Jack were just like, do not leave the race. And coincidentally, his game crashed during the race. Crashed in air quotations. I think he ended up leaving, which was very annoying. But yeah, he's not really been on the game since that day. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that Oz qualifying was so stressful. It was annoying because I had the fastest lap time out of any 250, and then out of the blue, along comes another Great Britain rider that beat my lap time, and I was like, oh Christ, how is it the case that the one person that's beating me is from Great Britain? Sweden does okay. I can't remember how Sweden done last year. I know Sweden used to have a really good MX Simulator team, but I think they got second one year. But in Sim, maybe not so much. The biggest, I say the biggest, the countries that usually will be battling out for it is between, well, I say the three, is alive, is the UK, France, and the USA. They're usually the big three. Oh my gosh. Survive. Yep. Although actually, another team that I need to give a massive shout out to, which I think will be really good this year, is the Brazilian team. Brazil's got a lot of good riders. How not 20 on group section, wheeling and lint sideways. Jesus. I'm not sure how I feel now. It's like, this setup doesn't feel amazing on this track, but it feels really good on Houston. The gearing definitely feels long. No, I don't think Henry's played the game for quite some time either. I'm a little bit confused now. This stream was going nice and smoothly, where I was just transferring setup from track to track. Then, Houston's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works. Australia usually does okay. They've got Chicken, Brado. Usually they're lacking like a third big hitter. Like none of them tend to do well together, but you're going to have Chicken, probably Brado, probably Isaac, I would say, is their three. So they could do really well. There's a lot of teams where on paper you go, you know what, they could have a really good chance of winning. And then when the racing starts and everyone's like all spread out and maybe nerves get you, it all ends up being very, very different. Favourite part of Nations is, as a rider, is doing the maths on the fly, trying to work out what's going on. Remember last year when I was in 250s, and then we had Cam and Hurls in 450s, I may have yeeted Wavo off of the corner before the Rocco's leap to maintain that position. And I think we only end up winning by 1 or 2 points as well. And I have a lot of love for Ryder, but it was so funny watching his stream and seeing his like face and mood just drop when he realised that they weren't going to win anymore when US was going to get beaten. I'm sorry to all the US guys watching. I know there's a lot of you here, but we all know Nations is a big thing, and there's something to be said about the American ego, and it's very nice as a European beating the US every now and then, especially on Redbud. It was very nice. I'm sure you're going to take it back this year, though. You do have very, very fast players. I think, to be honest, Cam was the one that clutched up the most last year. He was in 450s, his first time like properly riding the 450, and he had a really, really good last race that we needed. It all came down to him making a couple passes at the end of the race. I would say, in terms of real life, Double B, yeah. I think a lot of it, especially in terms of motocross, if you take the size of the US into account, you kind of get an idea of how many extra people you get to choose from. And like the US is literally the home of motocross. Like, it's the biggest thing. Then you get these small little countries like the UK, for example. Like, we're tiny. I mean, we're 4 countries put together. We're not even just one. Imagine if it was split out between England, Wales, Ireland, and Scotland as well. We'd be useless. We really would. So that even the fact that we get to put those together is a massive help. But yeah, in terms of real life, US is always going to be that massive powerhouse. And you guys are definitely the most, I'd say, prideful nation. Whereas in real life, I'm just like, UK, don't care. Oh, shit country. It's like, it's quite simple. It's like, if you was to, say, have 1,000 engineers to choose from, you'd probably find a lot better engineers out of those 1,000 than if you had 10 engineers to choose from, you know? So it's just, the more riders you have, the better chance you have of having a bunch of really fast guys. Which is why it's always nice when any other country other than the US does win. It's just kind of like the underdog's tale all the time. And plus, I think I said it when it was all going on, I really hope they don't get JT to do any commentating on Nations again. My god, that man was frustrating to listen to. It's like any time any country would be mentioned other than the US, he'd be like, and anyway, Chase Sexton is doing this, or it's like, oh, please just shut up, JT, like, give credit to the whole field, please, they're all doing well. Yeah, not a big JT enjoyer. I think I'm going to have to experiment with 2 different setups tomorrow between this WSX one and this DAR one, because I think it would depend on the type of track, because this DAR one feels really good around here but not so great around others. That's a very good question, buddy. Who is Australia's third rider? Because unfortunately, I think Jet and Hunter can do as well as they want. I don't know if Australia would win because of their third rider letting them down. Going to be interesting to see if the US goes for like Cooper or Deegan this year. I think that could be interesting. Get Chad Reed out of retirement, yeah. What setup am I running right now? Because I just realised I hit that rhythm section for the first time. If it's the WSX one, I'm going to be super happy. If it's the DAR one, I'm going to be super annoyed. No! Ah! God damn it, that's frustrating. Yeah, I've got no idea what I want to run. Very good, thank you, Matt. I've kind of been going in reverse from round 17 through to round 1 on these Supercross tracks, just trying to get into the flow of it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if they're going to go for just like tried and tested Cooper, who usually does quite well at Nations, or if they'd try risking it with Deegan. I don't know if Deegan's inexperience would show through. No, I've never ridden a 450 IRL. 250 is the highest I've gone. I am of the opinion of, if you can't ride a 250 to its limits, then you don't need a 450. But I know 450 is just its own different like riding style anyway. I definitely am not using up all of the power of my 250 IRL, so I don't need to hop on a 450. Hello Josh, you're right, man. Oh my god. Okay, I forgot that that section gave you such a kick off the step off. Jesus. Try that again. Al Cooper's not doing it. Oh, okay. Maybe Deegan is going to get the call up then. Or would they go for someone like RJ? Mr. Inconsistent himself. Oh, I don't know if I don't think there would be a Deegan Hurlings battle ever though. I think Hurlings would just disappear. I don't think them two are comparable. Have a Yami 250 real life. 4-stroke. Right, scrub a bit more. There we go. And then we can step onto this properly. Step off. Hit the trip. There, get the triple here. Lovely, so that's much better. And triple round. Blech. Oh, okay. Front end just said no. I just want Hurlins to rock up to Southwick one year and see how he does. I know it's not like Lommel sand, it's got like a slippery base to it, but I still think he'd do pretty damn good. I don't think Levi would get the call just because he hasn't been up there like most races. You know, I think he's a bit too inconsistent as well. I think Levi's very dependent on the start. I suppose it's going to be a bit up in the air for the 250 side of things for America then, isn't it? I'm actually like thinking about it now. I feel like this could be one of the weakest US teams ever. If Cooper's not doing it, he's usually really good for 250s. I mean, Tomac's out, Webb's out. There's not really any good... You're going to get bloody Tyre Masterful rocking up in 450s for Nations. Maybe like Plessinger or someone like that, I don't know. I think being on home soil, France have a pretty good chance. I really do. If they're not doing that weird thing still where they refuse to pick riders that ride in America. Like if they choose Ferrandis and Vial, I think they'll do really, really well. I think Sexton will ride okay. I think Ernay's quite a technical track. I think Sexton's style will work as long as he doesn't throw it away. But yeah, I don't think Sexton by himself can win a Nations, unfortunately. I feel like AP would always put up like a solid result, you know, nothing amazing but not awful. Like he's gonna like DNF a moto, for example. You know, my brain's been shut off for like the last 20 minutes. I don't even know if I blinked. I've just been staring at the screen and then looking at chat every now and then, answering. So this whole testing thing, I've not really been thinking about it. I've just been playing the game. It's nice though, a little bit different. It's a bit refreshing. Oh, we're not getting over that. Blech. Hold on, dear. Lovely. I mean, like, massive props to Deegan if they do pick him. I am a Deegan fan, by the way, so I don't think I'm just being the typical Deegan hater. I don't know if he can handle that level of pressure just yet. Oh, he's proved everyone wrong in everything else this year. He's got the bloody red plate right now. No one would have thought that would have happened. Oh, I'm riding awful now. Maybe I've been playing the game too much. Yeah, that Netherlands team does sound pretty damn good. Unfortunately, I think Siggy has ruined Anderson's stamina at the moment. He looks absolutely awful at Southwick. Like, really bad. Oh god, the swoop section on this track is absolutely brutal. I don't think Deegan will win the championship now. I think Hunter does come back and gets it. Unless Hunter like injures himself or something like that. Oh, I remember you have to send this trip way out of this corner quite hard. Yeah. Yeah, Hayden will have a multiple, or he'll be a multiple championship rider. I just don't know if he's going to do it in his very first year. But if we're being honest, if Hunter wasn't still in the 250s, if he'd moved up already, like he probably should have, who else is there to stop him? Oh, forget how this track is super tricky. No idea how I rode this thing on the damn Fantic back when it was even worse than it is now. Oh my god, how have I hit the whip section that well? That whip section is brutal. What's going on? I intentionally slowed down a little bit for it. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I was always trying to go too fast. Clean. Clean. Clean-ish. A little bit of a hang up on the back wheel. Clean. Hello, Jacob. You alright? Oh man, I'm actually such an idiot. No, I stressed out so much during this round and messed up the whip section so many times. And literally all you've got to do is check up a little bit. Like that's not difficult at all. How have I just like realised that in 3 laps of playing this track now, but I couldn't realise it in like the 100 laps that I done when qualifying around it. So frustrating. So frustrating. Oh, we OJ'd that. Then we've got to double our way through. I always feel bad for Shimoda as well, like he's done dirty by the rest of his teammates. The nation says. Bonk. Time Master Ball's from the US. I don't think he'd get the call up there. I think they'll stick to the factory names. For my coaching, Alex, how I'm thinking in my head of doing it is I'm going to set up a channel in my Discord. I'm going to do very specific rules in there. I'm going to do like a massive slow mode as well so people can't spam it. I'm going to make it so people send me their like Discord name, their in-game name, their UID, the best way to contact them. So then I can message them rather than everyone messaging me. Because in my head, I only really want to do 1 or 2 at a day maximum, because an hour time slot at a time is quite a lot. But let's say you've put it in there, I message you, I will organise a time slot with you that we will book in, and I'll give you like 5-10 minutes either side if you're late, etc. And it'll be like prepaid beforehand, and we'll just sit there and do it. In my head, I hop in a voice chat, hop in a server with you, watch you ride around, see what you can improve on, kind of give you some advice, just ride on the track as well, show you like lines, etc. And it'll just be like a more personal one-on-one sort of training rather than a standardised tips video. I saw a couple people upset that I mentioned it being like $50 for an hour. There's a few reasons in my mind for it. One being, I feel like time is very valuable to me these days, especially when trying to sort out videos in between all of it. The other one being, I think it worms out a lot of people that aren't serious about it. Because I think if I'd done it for, say, $10, I can imagine every like little Timmy, for example, grabbing their mum's credit card, sending me $10, and then just doing it to sit in a voice call with me for an hour and maybe not taking it seriously or just messing about. Whereas I want it to be proper. I want it to be done properly. So that's how it would work in my mind. I just need to... my issue, and I have no issue in saying this as well, is you probably don't really pick up on it in videos or streams as such. I am a very like anxious / shy person with people that I've never spoken to before. So it's actually going to be a massive thing for me in committing to talking to strangers in Discord for an hour straight that I've never spoken to before. Like, it's a big thing. Like, I remember back in the day, like, hopping in and speaking to Doc for the first time, hopping and speaking to Narvo after one of the races, like, speaking to Smigdamp, like, all these people, speaking to them for the first time, like, genuinely getting, like, hot and getting anxious and nervous about it. So that's a big thing for me. So as long as I can overcome that, I think it would all go fine. I really do. And I think with it being like 50 as well, it makes it more of like a privilege thing to be in there and be chosen for it, rather than just something for anyone. The one thing that I'm very scared of, which I don't know how I could prevent it, is the what's the word for it? Where people just like get their PayPal money sent back to them, for example. Like, say you pay, you do the session, and then they get their money returned back to them, just saying that they didn't receive a service or something like that. That's the only thing that I'm scared of. Because I can do nothing about that. I feel like it has to be just done on a trust factor. Unless I message like insane all the people that run the global MX Bikes blacklist and see if I get people banned, because I know that Nico done that before. Like, someone put, say, $20 on the MXB shop to buy tracks, bought all the tracks, downloaded them, and then got those $20 refunded. So then Nico got him blacklisted from MX Bikes in general, so he couldn't play online at all. Yeah, I don't know the best way around those refunds, which is why I've not committed to it yet. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I could do an application form as well. I could do it through like Google Docs to get all the information that I need from them, so I can contact them. That's a good way of doing it. Rather than filling up a Discord with everyone's info, I could just have a Google Docs spreadsheet, so I can go through them all and pick people out. But I think I'd like to have the power in my control of choosing people rather than everyone flooding my messages, because then it'll say nice and tidy. I can have a massive spreadsheet set up to like track everyone, have their times booked in, and keep it all really organised. I do have a business PayPal account, so yeah, whichever way to go about doing it to stop the chargebacks, I'll try and do it that way. I could always use like Cash App, something like that. I don't know all of the ins and outs of using that, but I have one of those. Oh my god, talk about being close to the bales. Holy schmoly. I pretended to be an MX Bikes noob and got coached by Limbs. There you go, there's the video. Hey, it's still $50 in my pocket, I'll take it. Reaper gets a good video, I get paid. Lovely, happy days. I'm glad you think so, Hubchap. This is my favourite bike that I've had, I think. This Yamaha. Go in the old third person for you, show her off properly. Yeah, big fan. Riveting third person gameplay. It might just be these OEMs as well, because actually, we didn't have these exact OEMs when we was racing this track, did we? But I remember that whoop section being such a pain, like that first whoop section being so difficult to get through. Well, no, I do like a black rear on the Honda. I do like them. Have to look across at the imaginary fans all the time, just let them know. Across at the fans over there, like the Sar did. What's up, Holly? Yeah, I don't see many like retro Yamaha bikes these days. There was a couple before the OEMs got updated. They're on these new ones. I don't know if there's one out there.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
You can definitely charge back on business stuff, Gumball, because I've done it in the past. I remember I bought something for my mum for her birthday. It arrived, but it was faulty. So I tried contacting the seller, didn't get a response after multiple emails. So then I went through PayPal and got it refunded back. But you can definitely charge back through business accounts. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot that Mookie absolutely destroyed himself on this round. Ah, ran out of fuel. Did I not? There's no way I've used 7 litres. Oh my god, what's wrong with me, man? I forgot again. I meant to be using this setup to see if it actually works across all tracks, and I keep... Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I mean, to be fair, that setup just got through those whoops fine as well. Uh-oh. Never noticed before, but he's just only put some random rough in that left-hander. I can feel the bike like twitching as I go around. Yeet. Good thing as well, actually, thinking about it, what Alex said, if I can do it like a Google Doc and form, is you can limit it so it's like only one, you can only do it like once per email, so it'd stop a lot of spam too, so that's pretty epic. So maybe that's the route I'll go. Because I want it to be like a privilege type thing, like it's just not open to everyone, like I pick you out as well. I suppose doing a Google Doc where you put your details in, maybe what you want to improve upon, and I hop in there with you. Oh, Doomslayer, hello again, sir. How are you doing? I think you might have picked a bad time to join again, just like last stream, because we're getting on the back end of this now. I've been going for almost 3 hours, which is the most I've actually sat playing the game in quite a while, in terms of just actual testing outside of races. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for you. Hope you've had a good day. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, Doom's been hiding in the shadows. It's only the last 2 streams that he's made himself known, but he's done it in a very big way. He's just kind of dropped the trousers, flopped out on the table, asserted his dominance, and I'm here for it. Number 35. There's no like super special meaning behind it at all. It's the number I used to ride all the time when I was younger, because it was also my dad's number. It was his number, I believe it was his house number when he was growing up, or something along those lines. I just copied it from him, or like inherited it from him. And then my actual real life number these days is 357, because with the like clubs that I race with, you have to be an expert to use a 2-digit number. I am not. I am very, very slow. So I have 357. But yeah, any time in game I can run a 2-digit. I always run 35. The only time I ever change is if I've got a number 1 plate.
Skinny penis.
Oh, Doom, that's... You can just say hello. You've not got to keep putting it in big orange writing to me all the time. Thank you so much. Oh, I always feel bad as well, like when people donate multiple times. It's like, how many different ways can I say thank you without sounding like super repetitive? I am like very, very grateful, man. W. I've just made myself laugh. I was about to say Womb Slayer, and then I realised that probably has a very different meaning than Doomslayer. Say Womb Slayer, that's outrageous. You know, I'm going to stick with it. We're Womb Slayer from now on. That's so far, oh my god. Oh god, can we just like, can we go back to Supercross already? I really do enjoy just like flowing around Super tracks, man. So nice. It's like therapeutic. It really is. Unless you're having like a really bad day on bikes and you're crashing all over the place, then it can get quite frustrating, but I'm vibing right now, I'm flowing. Zooming around the course. I mean, they're not world record lap times by any means, but they're fairly decent. I know quality laps were under a minute, so we were a ways off of that. I'll take it for the first time like properly back on Soupy in quite a while. Uh oh. Oh, survived that somehow. Cut back across to the left. Step over it. Lovely. Scrub. Jump over that bad boy. Go down to the left here. The yeet. Jump up and over this bad boy. And triple. Can try and hug the inside. Limit the track a little bit. That's not too bad. A 101.
It's your boy,
I'll take it.
Skinny penis.
What's it? Doom, are you okay? You're literally... You're sending me money to talk to Doc. This is I've never seen this before. This is wild. Lynn's coming from the purple side supporting bikes community over there. Oh, nice. Yeah. Very, very cool. Thank you very much, man. Well, now I'm... Doc, you got to send money back to talk to him. You can't just say it in chat. Thank you. Thank you very much, Doom. I was going to end the stream after playing Anaheim, but I can't now. I have to keep going. So, you can blame this on Doom. Oh, I've not played the pre-season track in a very long time. Oh, there. That's the easy way out. Thank you very much, Reaper. No, I don't think I've got it in me to do a 24-hour stream. I woke up very late today. I woke up at about 2:30 like PM my time. But I was up until about 5 PM recording, in all fairness. So I feel like I get a free pass there. I think my sleep schedule has become very American at the moment. I am in the American sleep schedule. I suppose it's good for you guys. The guys that don't usually get to see me streaming. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. It's always, I notice, every time without fail, it's always the last minute streams that I do that seem to do really well, that everyone's really supportive of. So, thank you, Mr. Reaper Doc, and thank you very much, Doom, to the pair of you. Feel free to just converse amongst yourselves without donating anymore, please.
Can I get a
You can get a Hoya. Thank you very much, sir.
Can I get a
Wait, what? Oh no, never mind. It just done them both at the same time. I was like, what? There's another one that I've missed? Jeez. Honestly, boys, it means more to me now than it ever has done. You know, Reaper Doc can attest to this. The YouTube times do be tough. He's making the very smart business decision move of kind of diversifying himself and putting himself on other platforms, which I really do need to do myself. But yeah, YouTube not treating us so well at the moment. No, Smarters, you stay in the basement. You stay there. You don't be coming out. You stay where you belong. Try. I know exactly what you're talking about, Alex. I don't know how you managed to land that in a wheelie though, and then not flip over the bars afterwards. I mean, I'll try. I'll try it on this lap. It's probably not going to go well. We'll give it a go. Give it a go. Alright, slam on the brakes. We're going to try land this in a wheelie. Oh, we can't. And listen to wheelie. No, it's just not happening. It's not happening. Oh, God. TikTok is the move, is it? Oh, I have a few TikToks, but the money's awful. But Reaper says there's another way of going about it that apparently pays a lot better than the normal creator fund. I've got Zach as well, Jesus Christ. How's it going today? What's your favourite SX track last season? Well, first of all, it's going very, very well. Thank you. Favourite track last season? I want to say... Which one? whatever one I won, I guess. I don't know the name of it. I'm really bad at knowing the different names. I want to say it might have been Detroit. Round 10, Detroit.
It's your boy.
The one that Plessinger led the entirety of and then wadded himself on like the last or second to last lap IRL. Yeah, that was my favourite one last season. We've got bloody Doomslayer again. What have we got in a good... Stop! Stop! Literally DM each other, please. Stop. TikTok creator program. See, I loaded it up on my phone earlier, Doc, and I didn't see anything about it. Like, there's not an option or anything else. So I'll have to do a little bit of research to see how to apply to it. Yeah, in regards to what you were saying earlier about the content has to be over a minute, like that's just a hot lap on bikes. You know, that's quite easy to do, quite straightforward. Well, actually, I mean, I suppose the colder the lap you do, the longer the video. So maybe a very awful lap will roll everything. Be a track walk rather than a hot lap. Oh, hang on, if I missed something. I'm seeing a Rip Holly. Yeah, I've got 19.8k on TikTok, Alex, so I do meet that criteria, but I'm just part of like the normal creator fund. And I had a day where I had about 300,000 views across all my TikToks, and I got 40 pence. That's £0 and 40 pence, which is just god awful. So yeah, safe to say I stopped doing that. I don't think YouTube Shorts do pay very well either, though. I've had a few that have done okay, like 20,000 views plus, and they're still like £1. Like nothing insane. I think that's the first time I've ever recorded that. Like, ever. True. I need to perfect my griddy technique, and then we'll be popping off on the TikToks, the top ticks, Tic Tacs. Sorry, Alex. I just had a good downside on the jumps. I thought, you know what, we'll give it a go. Oh god. Oh, front end's fine. Front end survived. Not for quite some time, Dom. I have not got a working camera at the moment. The GoPro decided to stop working out of the blue. And it's just a case of, do I want to spend a couple hundred on another camera to record a couple of times a year? That is the issue that I've got at the moment. I'm surprised people enjoyed seeing the GoPro stuff so much, because I'm not a good rider by any means. Like me personally, I enjoy watching good/fast people. Like, I'm so average, it's unreal. But yeah, it did shock me how many people would watch the real life stuff. Maybe because I'm like talking over it and stuff, not just straight up GoPro. I don't know. But they did do okay. I think most of the money from the lives comes from like the gifts, doesn't it, Reaper? If other stuff is anything to go by, other TikTok streams that I've seen. That mean I get to put like funny sunglasses and a hat on your face when you're streaming by putting the gifts on there. Are you on about my one that I recorded last night, Chicken, or are you cooking up something nice as well? Because I made the thumbnail for it today, but I've not edited it together just yet. Edited. There we go, that's the word. So I'll edit it together tomorrow. Yeah, I got the thumbnail for it though. Actually, I'll show the thumbnail on stream. Show the thumbnail. Why not? Thumbs. Where is it? I've got so many thumbnails, man. I have to scroll through so many. I should delete and clear some out. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R. Alright, R before S. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There we go. This is a thumbnail of an upcoming video. It was a very, very fun video to make. There will be lots of censoring involved, so it's going to take me quite a while to edit. Probably, I think the whole recording for this particular one was about 45 minutes long. So it's at least 45 minutes to go through the footage, then longer than that to edit it, and then double check it and such. So yeah, it takes a while. But there's the thumbnail. Nice and bright, nice and catchy. Hoping everybody enjoys it and clicks on it. It was a very, very fun one to make. There you go. Yeah, so you get all these little sneak peeks when you're watching the live streams. Tomorrow's video... Actually, yeah, I'll show you tomorrow's video as well. Where's the thumbnail for that? It was... That starts with an R as well. R... RT... A, B, C, D... This one. Me and Charlie decided we would venture into the old Bike Life servers. And when I tell you it is some of the most fun that I've had in a long time, you wouldn't believe me. Because I'm not a Bike Life guy. I'm usually a Bike Life hater, as you know. But this guy right here, no idea who he is, how many hours he has. I have never seen someone so good at wheeling in my life. He would literally just go circles around here in this tiny area without crashing at all. It was insane. It was so good to watch. But yeah, it was fun. It really was. But that's tomorrow's video, which I do need to upload still. It's edited. I just need to actually press the upload button. Oh my Christ. Okay, we're alive. This is a... I actually don't... that's a good point, actually. I don't know what the stadium is. I know it's just a random... it's a fantasy track that we done before Supercross. I actually don't think it's any particular location. What's going on with my front end over those bumps? A triple here. I mean, some of the rhythms on this track are actually quite difficult to get. I mean, I'm not flowing around well at all. Whoops are nice and easy though. That's probably the easiest thing about the whole track. Little scrub. Let's try and get a clean lap. Minus the first room section, that is. I'd say the rhythm section after the finish is quite difficult though, Chicken. I'd say it's one of the more difficult ones to hit cleanly. The rest of it's fine. I like jumping around the sand corner into the whoops. The whoops are very nice and straightforward. It's better than the custom Daytona that we had, at least. I did not enjoy that Daytona track at all. Oh my god, I just thought I saw a spider run across my keyboard, but it's literally a reflection off my monitor as I was riding along. Scared the poo-poo out of me. Would you also be designing a WSX pre-season course by any chance, Chicken? Or is that a Stone Rider creation? There you go, there's a cleanish lap. 50.11, if that's good or not, I don't know. Because the only real time that I can gain now is just by scrubbing stuff harder. Can you confirm as well that it's Stone Rider that's making them? Because I asked in chat earlier and they said it was Stone, but I don't know 100% whether to believe it or not. Because I've been playing Stone Rider tracks all day. Just to try and get the feeling and the flow of his tracks back. Okay, sweet. I never know if it was Stone or if it was Jackie Moon that'd be making them. Ah, messed up before the finish. Oh, I improved a little bit. There you go. Oh, no worries, Smarties. I'll keep you in the basement for a bit longer, but thank you for using your limited internet access to watch my stream. I've been very hot and cold this stream, I think. It's gone from, like, absolutely steam elapsed to a 148, as you can see there. Right, what other, do I just have anything under the Supercross section? I do, okay. I'm not going to mess with 21 tracks. They are tiny in terms of scaling compared to modern day ones. Let's just go back through WSX. This is a good track, like really fun track. This is also very, very fun. A Fat Muppet creation. Stone Point, South Bay Arena Cross, Orlando. What do I want to play? Oh, what that track from Mr. Jackie Moon before it was released, like, as part of one of the other ones? It's quite high up on the list. Let me, if I can find it real quick. God. Fagundes Varela. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a hobo by his toe. Oh, this is embarrassing. Where is it? It's one of Jackie Moon's tracks. I just can't remember what it's called. Come on, where are you?
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Don't annoy me. I've got about 250 tracks in here as well, so this is not a quick job to do. Oh no! As soon as I see the picture of it as well, I'll know exactly which one it is. Then watch me end up going too fast for it. That was it. Okay, found it. JM private track. I should have just gone down to the J, shouldn't I, for Jackie Moon? That's a stupid thing. I'm just working out all the finer details of it, Andrew, on how I'm going to handle it and set it up. What's the day today? It's Tuesday. Oh, actually, before Millville might be a bit of a stretch. It might be. I might even start them like next week, so I can properly get it all scheduled properly. So it's Wednesday for me now. Actually, it's not even Tuesday anymore. So you might recognise the layout of this track. It is essentially Anaheim 1. But the Jackie Moon edition. Yeah, it looks very, very nice. It does look like an abandoned, well, I say abandoned, like a private track. Stretch it. Boing. Maybe tripling through here. Drop. Oh my god, these jumps are a bit more steep. They're a bit peakier. Oh, please below so. Oh god. I think I'll make a Google Doc sheet. To be honest, Alex, and I'll get people to put in like their name, their GUID, all that good stuff. I'll probably have a section on like what do you want to improve on the most, just so I know what to focus on. One thing that I'm hoping that nobody asks for is how to do suspension, because I don't know how to do suspension. I always copy everybody else. Maybe I can include that. Maybe like I'll give you my my Yamaha 450 or Honda suspension or anything like that as part of it. Oh my god, these whoops are strange. There's like... How do I explain it? It's not like a constant curve in the base. It's like it goes down to the flat ground and then picks up again. Like in between them's flat. I don't know how to word it. But you really have to try and stay on top of those where they're so far apart. Thank you very much, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck for qualifying for Millville. I hope all goes well for you. I will do. Yeah, I'll make like a pupil role or like a student role. That'd be cool. The R3 button for me is to sit down. So anytime you see it being pushed down is when I'm sitting down. Anytime it is not being pushed down, I'm stood up. And you'll see at the bottom right of my screen, we've got the little green rider, little orange rider. The colours aren't working today. It will correlate with that. So you can see he's currently stood up, and then when I press it in, he disappears because he sat down. It amazes me, just like this is exactly the same track that we was playing earlier, but because it's been made by someone different, the entire flow and way that you have to approach it is different as well. Like these jumps are a lot peakier. Like it's a lot. You can't scrub the jumps quite as easily because they're peaky. The whoops are more spread out, so they're harder to get through as well. I've got my muscle memory down for that wall, that tunnel jump there, but now I've cased it every time because I've got Stone Rider muscle memory rather than Jackie Moon muscle memory. Oh, this ain't gonna go well. Oh, Christ. Yeah, exactly, Christopher. A lot of time I'll sit down towards the top of the jumps to soak them up. How much it actually does to soak it up, I don't know. But it feels right, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll sit down like right at the top to try and absorb it. Oh, you can triple that, can't you? Again, I'm used to Stone Rider's layout, so you can triple in there and then maybe jump all the way into the corner. We've got a double here, which we don't have in the aerial version, because I'm guessing this was made after the real-life race rather than before it. I think I'll try and find a happy medium, to be honest, Brad. I'm going to obviously try in the races. I'll try and use whatever bike is the meta at the time. But I will try to not get as annoyed. If I'm getting like a P3, there's no reason to be frustrated by that. You know, I'm under no illusion that there's better people than I at this game these days, so I should just be happy with what I can get. And I think in any series that I enter, a top 3 will be the goal, which I think is usually quite achievable just by showing up week in, week out and being consistent. I'm not getting any run through that at all. Need to stay lower there. There we go. And then I've got more speed. Don't even need to stretch it out when you hit the on-off before it properly. There we go. It's the first time I've got that section nice too. Right, let's try tripling this. See if I can. Oh, I can. Then all the way into the corner. Oh no 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 no! That's we're gonna have to jump one jump shorter than that. I don't think that's quite fiveable. Good idea, though. I mean, the triple in was very smooth. I just have to check up next time. Let's go outside here. I've been going inside every lap. Go outside triple. Nice. You have to wait, I'm afraid, Zach. I want to do it properly. I want it to be very organised. I want to keep like a paper trail of everything as well. I'll make a big old spreadsheet that I can write everything down in. Have time slots booked in so there's no like issues. But I'm glad to see that there's a good amount of uptake for it. Uh-oh. Oh, Christ. Right, let's try and hit this ribbon properly. Triple, I've overjumped it. Fine. And quad. Stay alive. Apparently I'm 8. Have I not actually had a lap that isn't god awful, because apparently I'm 8 seconds up on my lap time. I guess not. Okay. There you go, 8-second improvement. Love that for me. One clean lap would be nice though. Oh, Jackie Moon whoops, they kill me every time. Oh, you gotta carry a lot of momentum through those. Uh oh, that's fine, still got it. Had a good drive. Back end got hung up a little bit, so I thought I weren't going to get up and over it cleanly. Go, we're flowing. Found it. Found the flow. It's going to scumbag you as well and hug the inside before the finish. Clean. I'm happy with that. That was a good lap. Would I do 2 hours? Yeah, I would do. Yeah, Christopher, it's not limited to 1 hour. I think it would be better if it's 1 hour, and then if you think you need more, we schedule another one afterwards. I don't think it would be good to do 100 up front and do a big 2-hour gap, because we might cover it in only an hour, you know? I think it'd be better to do it in 50 increments, but there's nothing stopping people from doing more than one session. What is the time? Oh, yeah, it's 2:15 in the morning for me right now, which I didn't realise. Because I need to actually upload a video, and I can't upload while streaming because my internet will poo itself, I think I am going to end it there. I had no intention of this lasting 3 hours, by the way, but massive thank you to everybody that has been here and supported. Like, it's different times to usual. I'm sure we've got a bunch of new faces that aren't always here. But yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Please do check out the video that goes live in 6 hours. On the surface, it might not sound like your kind of thing, but I promise it's a lot of fun. It's just me and Charlie goofing around in a wheelie server. It's quite funny. And I'm going to be streaming tomorrow again anyway, because tomorrow is the actual WSX preseason round. So hope to see you there. It'll go live in the Discord. You get a notification when it starts, all that good stuff. And enjoy the rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you guys. Thank you very much again. Hope you enjoyed.